if I do.
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready? Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Turn on Dollar on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. We're doing the show. Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
All right. Oh, yeah. Did you have a special shower this morning?
Special shower.
Yeah.
Oh, with my Martin Luther King.
Of course.
My very special loofah.
Oh.
But no, I didn't. But I wore my Malcolm X shirt. Just kidding. Two different guys.
Two different fellas.
Makes no sense. But I'm representing my blackness. Power to the people. And happy Martin Luther King Day. It's Covino. Hope you had a nice weekend. A 49ers sort of weekend.
Woo.
Not a Chargers sort of weekend. Definitely a Jaguars sort of weekend. Props to the Giants, the Bills, and the Bengals. And to you, let's be rocking out. Let's go. We are live. We are here. Martin Luther King Day, January 16th already, 2023.
Seems like
Covino, Rich, and Spot.
Seems like a futuristic year. It's one of the first times I look at the calendar and I'm like, 2023 looks futuristic.
Well, it's the year that we start wearing those weird outfits.
Oh, the silver suits?
No, it's some movie. What's it called? The Sean Connery movie? Is it Sean Connery? Yeah, we start busting out these new outfits. You didn't know that?
This year?
Yeah, this year. Some weak ass like late 70s movie.
Can you order on an Amazon or do you have to go to like the store and buy the weird suits?
I think if you just think really hard about it.
Zardoz.
Yeah, Zardoz.
Zardoz.
I'm surprised you haven't seen this movie or the meme.
Zardoz.
Is that my dad or a weak Sean Connery? I can't tell.
The movie Zardoz takes place in 2023, so get ready for everyone to start dressing like this. And the guy's wearing
So it's like some
crisscross red suspenders with a red singlet.
That's like a bullet. That's like a bullet holster, but they're suspenders holding up little tiny underwear.
And you have a few months to grow a braided ponytail.
And sweet boots.
Love that. Can't wait.
Thigh-high boots.
Thigh-high sweet boots.
Can't wait to
Man,
rock that.
Zardoz.
In fact, I'm getting in shape just to wear that.
But you also have to have a mustache and braid your hair. It's all part of the outfit.
I mean, he could do that.
Yeah, I could do that.
You have
I'm growing the facial hair as we speak.
You have the hairy upper man thighs like that guy.
Yeah, totally.
That works out.
Totally. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Hope you had a nice weekend, extended weekend. A lot of people off today, so thanks for hanging out with us. We said, F it. We're going to have fun, do a fun show today, and hang with you. Hope you enjoyed your football. Hope you enjoyed the rain out here. It hasn't stopped raining for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
No, seriously. No exaggeration.
It's really,
weeks, just
really
rain.
testing my new roof.
It stopped for 2 days, and then just continued raining again.
Only 9 more years until we have to figure out how to use the 3 seashells.
Oh, Demolition Man.
So that was in 2032.
Write that down.
Yeah, you know
So
what?
we better start our training on using the 3 seashells.
You said 2023 sounds like a futuristic year, right? Doesn't it seem... I had a lot of downtime this weekend, right? So I finally got around to sending my family like pictures from the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like forever ago that I was in Jersey for Christmas. It feels honestly like months ago, and it was just a few weeks ago.
It's like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Christmas
And
was 3 weeks ago.
I can't... It feels like forever ago that I was there, and it was only a few weeks ago.
I was searching something on YouTube last night on the TV, and one of my last searches was something Christmas related.
Yeah.
And I just turned to Sarah and I go, hey, Christmas just came and went, huh?
We're
Like just
already into it.
Another year.
We're already
another
getting
year in
ready
the books.
for summertime, I guess. I don't know. Whatever's next.
People plotting
But
out
time's
there.
flying.
I think everyone's doing the same thing. I could be wrong, but everyone I'm talking to is plotting out their vacations for 2023 because they're already in the mindset of like, I got to get the fuck out of wherever I am. What are we doing this year?
Yeah, I think everyone's sort of ready to get into summertime and vacations and things like that.
Going to Italy in June.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
For a wedding.
That's a real... Who's getting married? Nunzio and Carmine?
Yeah. They're sexually fluid.
No, seriously.
Friends of ours.
Nunzio.
In You see how
Saw
he
them
keeps it
saw
very
them on Friday.
mafioso.
Friends
Friends of ours.
Friends
Saw
of
them on Friday.
ours.
friends of ours. So just another fucking year gone by.
Flying.
And I do think 2023 does feel futuristic. When you look at it, first time I saw it, I was like, oh, January 7th, 2023 looks a little futuristic. Well, what did you do this weekend? How was your weekend? Hopefully a good one.
I just had a lot of downtime. I got to go through my pictures, send them to my family. Very bored. Melody was on a little ski trip, which got derailed sort of because of the bad weather. She was on a ski trip with her pals, but very teenage mode. She's in very teenage mode with annoying teenage girls.
Dad, it's not so.
It's not that deep, Dad.
But they had, no, the snow was very deep. So much so that they were supposed to be there today, but left yesterday to avoid further storm, further
when it's
danger.
Rain here
Yeah.
means snow there.
Right.
So
you know, she had fun though.
elevation.
She had a blast, but I was by myself, and Jordan's at a friend's bachelorette weekend. So
Yes, she
she's
is.
away, you know, surrounded by glistening butt cheeks and sending me updates, but she's having fun. So I was home alone by myself. Theo wasn't even around for half the time.
if Jordan ever wanted to get followers, this would be the weekend.
Yeah.
Glistening butt cheeks galore.
Well, we're getting lots of followers. One of our videos went viral. Overnight, we had like over 160,000 views on one silly video. So that was nice. I don't know where it's at now, but just a relaxing weekend of football. Lots of football all weekend long. And my takeaway from that is, aside from football and specific things like documentaries,
Almost 200K.
like hatchet-wielding hitchhikers and things like that, my attention span is at an all-time low. I'm addicted to my phone. I completely and fully admit it. Every week it's up another 15%. And it's affecting our psyche. I'm wondering like how we're going to develop as a people. Like, you know how a dog, it knows, it's like a Pavlov thing where it knows how to get your attention after a while. Like, even if it doesn't have to take a shit, it'll scratch at the wall just to get your attention.
And you're like,
Oh, yeah, you got to go. He's like, no, I just wanted to fucking play, dickhead, because you ain't paying attention to me. Man, he's fooling me. I wonder if people are going to develop like some sort of auto response where we greet each other in different ways just to get each other's attention, because I can't keep mine.
This is how people are going to look in the future. People like humans.
Yeah, when we're wearing, maybe that's why we wear those outfits, to get someone's attention.
I think this picture of this fictional person Spot put up there, a rendering of us in the future.
Yeah.
This is my new AI girlfriend.
Mindy has a
Mindy.
terrible hunchback. Just needs some posture.
Well,
she needs
no,
one of
no,
those
no.
infomercial
sense.
back braces.
Well,
from
no,
looking at her
because
phone.
From looking at her phone. This is her
That's me.
claw hand. She's going to have a claw hand from holding her phone.
We're all going to have dents in our pinkies
She's
from
gonna
holding
have a
the phone.
second eyelid. I don't know why. A thicker skull and a smaller brain. 90-degree elbow and tech neck.
But do you see what I'm saying?
She's hot.
A TikTok video or something that I'm interested in is way more interesting than most people and whatever they're talking about. So we're going to have to develop something along the way that garners your attention. We might greet people in a different way. Just be like, oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at my TikTok. You know, so that we can focus and
I know.
talk to each other.
Nipple tweak.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's
Hey,
the new
good to see
greeting.
ya.
Mama, why would you do that?
Just getting your attention.
Hey, just
It's
saying
the new
hi.
hello. It's the new hello. The Weenials invented it. Like, one of these days, something's going to happen, you know, to get each other's attention. Because here's what I tried to do. I said, you know what? I know I'm going to watch the football because it's my job, and I got to know what's going on a little bit. I tried to watch The Pale Blue Eye. Is that the name of it?
The pale blue eye.
But I'm like, Christian Bale's in it. It's a trending movie.
Hell.
It's a story of like Edgar Allan Poe.
It's a period piece.
Yeah, it's a period
Oh,
piece.
yo, it's so funny.
I would never think that either of you would be interested.
Why?
in
I saw
It
the
looks
picture.
interesting.
I saw the picture of this
Yeah.
on Netflix, and I go, Sarah, just so you know how we always scroll through different things on Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. Like, what do we want to watch? I'm like, Sarah, this thumbnail is the definition of not interested.
It looks mysterious to me.
I was like, for Sarah,
I
this
like
thumbnail,
mysterious.
the font, the picture, the time period. I'm like, Sarah, just take a look at this. This is,
But dude, it was
short,
trending, right? It's
short of the
Christian
Crown.
Bale.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I like him. He's a very dynamic actor. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I'm watching a movie, I start getting bored, I start looking at my phone, right?
And you're like, oh, what's happening?
And then I'm like, let me rewind it again. I rewound that movie No joke. At least 10 to 12 times because I got bored, looked at my phone, realized something happened, had to rewind it. This shitty movie, which was probably an hour and 45 minutes, took me 4 days to watch because it was so boring. But I was committed to like every night. I'm like, nah, you know, I'm going to finish through. I'm going to see it through. My attention span is just, it was bad to begin with, but it's garbage now.
I saw the pale brown eye and it was 8 minutes. I think you'll get through that.
Yeah, that was much better.
I just can't do it anymore.
The bleached butthole.
I'm bored.
The documentary about a bleached butthole.
Like if I'm bored, I'm bored. Like even at a conversation, I'm like, I'm checked out. I'm done talking to you now. You know, in real life, I think we're going to change as a people. We're going to wear those weird outfits. And I tried to watch The Last of Us last night. And the really intense scenes, they pulled me in. But the second there was like...
Were they camping?
No, but the second there's dialogue and they're like in the bed and the woman's rubbing the guy's nipple or, it's just like the filler.
I must have forgot that part.
But like the filler talk.
There were nipple rubs?
Just the filler talk of like they're laying in bed talking. Show me the action or I'm looking at my phone and I'm not interested anymore. You know, even that show, which was a post-apocalyptic show that premiered last night, couldn't garner my attention last night. Just couldn't.
Yeah, I watched it last night late. There was like 2 or 3 times where I had to rewind it because I was just tired.
Fell asleep.
I thought it was good. I thought I'm going to keep with it.
I'm going to keep with it too because I hear good things. It's based on a video game. They're not necessarily zombies. It's based on a fungus. That's a real fungus, by the way. All the articles today were about fungus. How real it is.
Fungus.
What do you know about the cordyceps?
Hold on.
The real fungus found.
Did this start in your wall?
No, I hope not.
Is your wall opening up the start of The Last of Us?
Patient zero. He's patient zero.
But cordyceps is, or however you say, is real. And some 600 variations of it can be found in the world, primarily in Southeast Asia.
You know what was scary? The
fungi.
The beginning scene of The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's
the beginning scene. I told Sarah, our buddy Matt is in town, and he happened to swing by last night.
Oh,
and we watched.
But you've also conditioned me because you're a mile a minute, right? And you're very hyperactive. So I'm like, oh, it's like talking to Kramer. Like when Matt's talking, like I can't focus because I'm used to you.
You couldn't focus yesterday. And I didn't want to call you out because you were very kind, but let me write this down. Covino's focus. Because I didn't.
People are boring.
I wasn't going to call you out. I wasn't going to call you out because you didn't do anything wrong, but I'll explain. But
wrong. I came to say hi to everybody.
The Last of Us. I feel like the beginning scenes of any post-apocalyptic thing is so intense to me. Like when people start figuring it out, no matter if it's Walking Dead or whatever, when people are figuring
all
out,
that shit had my attention.
Like,
that was great.
What's going on with the neighbor? Hey, why are there fucking helicopters going overhead? Those beginning scenes are always fucking awesome. And I thought it was really intense. The beginning scene of The Last of Us.
That was dope.
When they said 1968. And by the way, you probably missed that and had to rewind because you're like, wait, I looked down for a minute at TikTok.
No, I said to myself, hey, that's the guy from The Mummy.
So it starts with 1968.
Rich didn't recognize him.
And I haven't watched The Mummy in 30 years.
He's like the main Weasley guy in The Mummy.
I did recognize him from something. But
the intro is like a fungus version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it is.
We're talking about The Last of Us, which is like the new, they keep saying it's a zombie show. I don't think it is. But it premiered last night on HBO.
It's like a fungus version of Game of Thrones.
It does.
It's like you're going...
Fungi. So The Last of Us, is it a zombie show? We know a fungus show? Point is, do you remember when, in the 90s, when broadcasters would ask Bill Gates or like Steve Jobs or even Letterman, there's an interview where he's like, hey, what's this internet? Hey, good luck with that. Like, they were onto something, but everyone...
The clip is Bryant Gumbel.
He's like, .com. What's
talking about
Katie Kirk.
The @ symbol and how to just talk about their email.
What is internet?
Well, what's the internet, Katie? Well, Brian.
No, it's not even...
What do you call it? I call it
not even what is the internet. It's what is internet.
Yeah. There's a few very famous clips.
Pass, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At.
See, that's what I said. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it.
Around
I'd never heard it
or
said.
about.
I'd always seen the
Right.
mark, but never heard
Yeah.
it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
What would be around
big
or
fight
about?
up in the lunchroom the other
See,
week.
there it is. Violence at NBC. GE.com. I
They don't
mean,
even say the dots.
Well, Allison should know. What
what
do you
is
say to that,
internet
Allison?
anyway?
What is internet anyway, Brian Gumbel? Spot, can you look up just for the hell of it and for the smell of it? Letterman? I think it was Letterman with Steve Jobs maybe. And he's like, yeah, like, so all the things you get on the internet, you could get in real life? And everyone's laughing. He's like, yeah, good luck with that. Like, even Letterman was, of course, they were all way off, right? In this opening scene, while you find that, they're like 1968. This scientist is like, it was at his desk. This might be a different one, but
my
he was
point is, people are going to have to really step up with their actual personality if they want my attention. Pinch my nipples. There's going to be a new greeting because between hyperactive Rich and between the stimulation of social media, everything else is boring to me and I can't focus.
I realized that how all the people chuckled at this guy in 1968 when he was like, there could be a virus or a fungus that one day gets us all. And everyone's like, we laugh at things we don't understand. And who fucking knows? Imagine one day. I say it to Sarah. She's like, don't say that. I'm like, it won't happen. She's like, that's totally not true.
I said the exact opposite to Melody. I said we lived through two things that we knew were possibilities, but thought would never happen.
Terrorist attack, especially at the World Trade Center. Twin Towers, right? You knew that was a target. We saw it go down. And a pandemic. You knew that there was going to be some sort of virus that shut the world down, or it was possible. You know, other ones would be, you know, maybe some sort of, you know, power grid. Like, you know, power is gone.
Oh, a fire sale.
Yeah, something's happening, or a fungus attacks us. Like, these things are not impossible. And we should know better because, like I said, we lived through two of them already.
And when you watch the beginning, you were like, oh, it's like that warning. It's like that warning that we all laugh at.
Boop. Alarms go off. Boop. People on megaphones.
How quick? After watching, I rewatched, like I said, a lot of the Walking Dead clips, and then I finally finished the whole season. And then, of course, last night, The Last of Us. How quick would shit go down? Slow burn.
I mean, look at how fast shit went down during the pandemic.
As Be Real said, when the shit goes down, you better get ready. When the shit goes down. I think they say shit, but I'm not sure. Ship, not sure. Either way.
Thanks, Matty.
Thank you, buddy. All right.
All right, brother.
Coffee has been served. Thanks, Matt.
And Matt, what you think last night of The Last of Us?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely
You gonna keep watching?
I'm invested too. I'm gonna keep watching. But like I said, it's like there were parts that put me to sleep. You know, it has to be overstimulation.
And I could tell you the overstimulation is needed for Covino, and I'll tell you why. This is not a knock at you. Please don't even take this 1% insulting. Promise me.
Sure.
Covino comes by last night. I have a bunch of buddies over last night. And one guy in particular, since I told him about our Fox show, you need the you're used to me being so hyper, like you said. We're constantly like looking at something. And this guy's like a softer spoken guy. He's like, Covino, there's something you talked about on the show. And you're like, I don't know how to describe it. You were just so zoned out. And I'm like, hey, Covino. And I brought you back into the conversation. But it's funny how I feel the same way. Like Sarah's
I think
like,
I have some ADHD that was never really diagnosed anyway.
Same with me.
Mix
Sarah,
that in with some really boring people.
Sarah,
I'm lost.
Sarah will tell me all the time. Like, she's like, you have such a hard time listening or focusing. And I'm like, that's like, I think everyone though now. Because you're looking at this, you're looking at that, you're looking at this.
I'm telling you, it took me 4 years to watch The Pale Brown Eye. And I couldn't even sit through a post-apocalyptic premiere without falling asleep. So, or without being bored. I got bored.
No,
At the end, I got a little bored.
It's
Can I ask you one question?
It's tough to hold on to any. It's tough to keep your attention through a show. You're right. When it's like a dark setting, there's a lot of dialogue.
So I got those LEDs on the back of my TV to make the screen pop.
And by the way, I got a problem. I got a problem with HBO. Their closed captioning's invasive. Like, and I know it's not my TV because it's on their network's app. So it's not my closed captioning. It's like when you go to the HBO app, HBO Max. Netflix and other ones, like nice at the bottom, small. So it's not like HBO, their fucking closed captioning takes up like the whole screen. I can't be the only one that notices.
No, I noticed that.
Like, I was like, Sarah, is there a way to change the font size or something? It's not like
It's so big the
subtly
entire words don't even fit. And so you get like half word segments
it's
sometimes.
subtly right there at the bottom on other networks and apps. HBO,
Is there a setting? Do you use
looked.
HBO Max?
I use
Isn't it
HBO
amazing how
Max.
subtitles have become a serious like way of
I don't
watching
understand.
things?
I can't.
Yeah, but we're not the only ones.
Most people
And it's not
don't.
an old people thing.
Can't.
It's like you got way into dialogue.
It ruins it.
It keeps you focused. It's become a thing. Like I can't watch a show without the subtitles now.
I will only do it if it's a foreign show.
It's amazing how that sort of happens.
Luke
in the past few
said he
years.
totally figured it. He agrees completely. HBO's closed captioning is like,
I noticed it.
I don't know, it's like Courier font size 24.
It's like,
It's like,
HBO's trying to do a 10-page paper.
yeah, and
they
they have
increase
6
the-
pages, so they go, fuck, I got to make the font bigger and double space it.
So really think about this. We've lived in a world where we didn't have all these distractions all the time, but we could see that our personalities and our attention spans are changing. It's evident as to why these younger people are so hard to communicate with and why they're so different. They grew up in a world where they only had these distractions.
Yeah.
They only had this way of thinking. So of course there's going to be a major, major disconnect. But I see and feel myself changing. I realize I need extra stimulation constantly, or else I'm just not paying attention. And it's a real problem, man. It's like I'm completely addicted to the phone, and we're all going to be wearing funny suits and pinching each other's nipples
I
to
see
simply
it,
garner one's focus.
I see it with my kids, but it's all kids, so I know it's not just mine. It's every single kid. But when you're like, how many times when Melody was a little younger, probably even now, when you're like, Melody, hello.
She's not as bad as some as
Hello?
other kids, like my nephew or something like that.
You'll be like, yo,
Yeah.
baby James.
Yeah, like,
James.
kids
James.
out. Yeah.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
If
Yeah.
my wife is engorged in her phone, yes, I use the word engorged, encompassed in her phone.
Where are you engorged at that time?
I could honestly, there have been times where I've done the greeting, the millennial greeting, where I've like tweaked her nip or whatever. No response.
Hello. Kristen.
whatsoever.
Hello, babe. Poop.
Nothing.
Poop. Hello, Kristen.
She's
Poop.
just sucked in,
Bro.
Peaky Blinders on. Nothing will phase her. And then all of a sudden she's like, what?
JW
I'm
says Covino sounds like you're just
Free
bored.
use.
Yeah, with everything. Unless it's like the phone, or unless it's like Rich being like,
I think I'm the best friend to have in 2023. I might be the best
like,
friend
whoa,
to have
man,
in
what's going
2023.
on?
Like this guy, I follow the pace of the country.
Yeah.
What I've heard here is
All right, I'm paying attention. This guy's a maniac.
What I've heard here is Rich is just responsible for your lack of attention span.
I feel it's not just
Yeah.
me though.
Me,
You know?
me, Rich, and TikTok.
not
I'm
just
the
me.
demise of Covino's attention.
No, because even this show that I was so fired up about last night, I'm like, Pedro Pascal, you know, I'm going to make popcorn. Oh, I can't wait. Like the beginning, yeah, those intense scenes, I'm like, oh, yeah, now we're talking. Any filler in between, I'm
intense a lot, huh?
zoned out.
Yo, when they fast forwarded to like current day on that show,
Yeah.
that's when I was starting to be like, Sarah, can you rewind to 20 seconds? I think I might have missed something.
And, I can't be the only guy. You know,
was
either
a-
that or I got to stop drinking. I don't know.
Focus.
Or I gotta stop drinking.
I get so
You're
tired.
drunk at the time?
I
just
get
drink
tired.
all.
It's a perfect storm. I'm bored. Anyway, I was bored all weekend. Again, it was just me. I stopped by to say hi to Rich. That's when I went to pick up Melody.
Could I
but-
tell you, it's interesting because your attention span is that of a fucking pea brain teenager. Mine too. But you're capable of watching every Yankees game. Is that just like, is that the one old school party?
Like I
that's
said, if I have to be really into it. If I'm really into it, I got laser focus, right? You know, people have always said my whole life, you have selective hearing, right?
my mother would say that. That's like a mom thing to
I
say.
know.
You have selective hearing.
But I explained I have selective focus. I mean, when I'm into something, yeah, I'm you got my focus. You know, I'm into that. I told Melody the other day that it's not you, honey. Dad, the voices in Dad's head are just louder than most of the other boring things.
Home every day. I sit in my driveway for 10 minutes and I sort of wrap up all that I'm looking at on my phone Like if you sent me a couple funny TikTok clips, or if Danny G sent me the podcast, or if Nicole's like, post about the have kids, they said, whatever anyone's bugging me about or asking me about or sending me, I look at in my car because I don't want to walk in my house, because I know the minute I walk in my house, my kids are still at the age where they're excited to see me. I know that'll go away quickly. They're still like, Daddy's home, Dad. And I don't want to be like, yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm looking at a TikTok Covino sent me. So it might be a good recommendation. When you get home, sit in your driveway for 5 to 10 minutes, send that last email, clear your inbox. If you need to check a bank statement or do anything you need to do it in your driveway before you enter your house. Because all you're doing is putting that bad vibes on your kids. Because then your kid's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to just bury my head in the phone.
Or they gotta get as funny as the internet is. So check this out. Rain came down for 2 weeks in rushing, rising riplets. Rain. The Last of Us premiered. I'm gonna watch, but I did get bored. The Pale Blue Eye, I couldn't get through it. I just couldn't. And football was great, had my attention, but not as much as the hatchet wielding hitchhiker. See, now we're talking.
Oh, see, you like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in it the whole way.
So maybe,
even though there was a part I didn't understand, I still don't understand.
So maybe your just interest points have changed. So maybe you're into more like true crime.
I don't know.
Maybe you're like a basic 20-year-old white girl who just loves true crime.
Selective focus, bro.
And Starbucks.
This guy had my focus. He had my undivided attention. It hit me the same way a TikTok video would. Like, oh, okay. I like this. You know, I'm watching, and I watched it, liked it. I missed one part of the story that I still don't understand, but great documentary. It was a little short, if anything. It was like an hour. It felt like an hour 15. But now we're talking. That shit was good. Watched the whole thing. Loved it. The hatchet-wielding hitchhiker.
Could it have been shorter? I saw a few people saying there was an hour and a half, but they said it could have been like even
shorter. Fuck, it could. I think it should have been longer.
Oh, so you
loved it. Yeah, because there was things they didn't explore at all. Like this fucking old creepy fuck that he killed. What was his deal?
Killed someone? I know.
That's the whole point of the documentary. This kid goes viral in 2013 for saving a woman. Then he ends up being convicted of murder.
You know what? I wonder.
They never tell you about the guy he murdered. Everyone's speaking of this guy like he was some grand fella. Really? What was he doing palling around with a fucking 17, 18-year-old? Sound like a creepy guy to me. Why didn't they tell you more about this old fuck?
I'm going to watch it. I just haven't had a chance yet. I will watch it.
Yeah. So anyway, even though I said like I'm a pea brain that I can't focus, that shit had my complete undivided attention. It's way into that.
You know when you don't want to give bad people your time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking like in your life, like people you don't know. Like you may say, I don't want to watch a Casey Anthony documentary because why the fuck am I going to watch something about this piece of shit? But there's something intriguing about it. I'm so pulled into this Idaho scumbag that killed the college kids.
Kohnberger.
There was a Dateline there was a big special on it that I feel like I want to watch, but I'm like, why am I going to waste my time watching a special about this piece of shit?
Rich is a Kohnberger.
I'll watch that shit for sure.
I'm sure they'll make that into a
movie
or documentary or something.
I hope they don't cast the dude from the Pale Blue Eye that I suggested. He's boring.
Harry Melling.
Yeah.
It's from Harry Potter.
Guy sucks. But yeah, selective focus is my point because the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker, this Dateline special Rich speaks of, sounds interesting.
I remember the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker. I don't remember the nickname. I just remember the...
Oh, yeah.
I remember him.
Smash.
I remember the one clip, but I don't remember it even being super popular.
There he is.
Before I say anything else, I want to say no matter what you've done, you deserve respect. Even if you make mistakes, you're lovable. And it doesn't matter your look, skills, or age, or size, or anything. You're worthwhile. No one could ever take that away from you. Now, this stuff right here, I was driving and I was in the passenger side of this fucker's car, and he comes over on there. He was over by the recycling center. He says, oh, when I was in the Virgin Islands, 30 years old on a business trip, I fucked this 14-year-old. I was like, you what? He's like, I raped this 14-year-old, starts crying, gives me a big hug. He's like fucking 300-pound guy. I'm like, oh shit, he must be fuckered, man. Like, what's he talking about? I didn't take him seriously at first.
I don't remember this part.
This is the whole interview.
You know what? I come to realize I'm Jesus Christ, and I can do anything I fucking want to. And watch this, bam, and he smashed into this fucking guy right there, pinned him in between that fucking truck. And so I fucking, I hop out. I look over, the guy's pinned there. I mean, like, freight train riders know this. Like, if you get pinned between something, do not fucking move that shit, otherwise you bleed out. Like, motherfucking, I ran in, I grabbed the keys. He's fucking sitting there like nothing even happened. And like, fucking, like, man, if
I'm
he
bored
started
right now.
driving that car around again, man, there would have been a
I
hell
can't.
of a-
The whole
this-
time I'm like, is it almost over?
This guy ends up
Going out,
smashing
and
this
so
guy in the
I
head
grabbed
3
the bag,
times.
I threw it over by that pole right
Here it comes.
there, and then fucking.
So
buddy
I didn't
gets
realize
out,
that was
these
the
two
whole
women
point of
are
the
trying to
story.
help him. He runs up and he grabs one of them, man, like a guy that big can snap a woman's neck like a
Here comes.
pencil stick.
Here comes
so
Rich.
I fucking ran up behind him with a hatchet, smash, smash, smash. Yeah, the lady.
Yeah. He saved a woman's life. And another guy.
So he was hitchhiking with this crazy guy.
Became super famous 3 months later, convicted of murder for something else. He's still in prison.
So wait, I didn't understand the whole story. He was hitchhiking with a guy
Yeah.
who was telling him that he raped a 14-year-old and was
Yeah.
like, he's God and could do anything.
Yeah. But there's
Kill-
more to the story.
Pinned a guy in between two cars. Then
This guy jumps out and
This
says,
guy jumps out
I'm going
and
to
is
hit him
like-
with a hatchet.
I'm going to kill him.
Hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
Did he kill him?
I don't want to give away too
Yeah,
much.
don't give
Oh.
away too much of the story.
Well, this is a story.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're going to watch a documentary, you don't want all the details now.
But it was a good one. I liked it a lot. Anyway, whatever you watched, this isn't about, hey, let me tell you about what I watched. It's about, I'm noticing an even more of a struggle with my focus.
Honestly, 10 seconds into that, I was like,
You know,
let's
I
get
can't
to
be
the
only
smash,
guy.
smash, smash.
I can't. Yeah, we want the meat.
That was a good experiment.
Honestly, that
right
was
there.
like-
Spot did that on purpose. It was a good experiment to
That was
test
like
us all. And
45 seconds of your life and you couldn't even last.
I could 45 seconds. I was the whole time. I'm like, when are they going to do the smash, smash, smash part?
Want another one? Want another example of how conditioned we are? And imagine me, who deals with this guy, who talks and presents like his hair's on fire. Whoa! That's what I deal with.
Maybe that's the approach.
If someone else isn't, like Rich, I'm bored of you.
Maybe that's the approach one needs.
So, a movie I used to love, Reservoir Dogs, is on Netflix, I believe. Right? This movie kicks off like it's The Wizard of Oz, like with all the credits before the movie. And it's like, you are so conditioned now, like to give me the meat. You want to smash, smash, smash. You want the meat right then and
Let's
there.
get to it.
Like, get to the meat. And when it doesn't start with the meat and I got to sit through credits, I'm like, what year is this? 1939? Fogatti! It's just,
You know, it has
what my
credit-
brain says.
You know, it has credits in the beginning, and my kids were like, "What is this?" Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
The happy birthday. That one. There's like, no joke, a minute of like
I bet.
Burl Lives and all the.
No one cares about who edited this shit. Save
Yo,
that for the end.
Trust me,
so I can shut it off.
Attention span. My kids, the minute a YouTube or Hulu
problems.
commercial or anything
Bro, it's
comes
bad.
on,
Oh, you know
they'll
what?
scream out like commercial, like I was like, yo, we used to have to watch these.
This is why, you know what? Maybe I've conditioned myself the other way because I'm the greatest guy.
I don't believe it.
I never, you know how you always had the option on Netflix to skip intro? Still do?
Yeah.
I never do it.
I
I love, like, I used to
I do
sit
in the.
through
I would sit through it in the beginning. so
every
I could
intro
get the
because it
vibe.
gets me in the vibe.
No.
That's like a good, like,
Skip intro. You know, when the only time I don't skip intro when Sarah and I were watching
White Lotus?
the last episode.
Game of Thrones too.
When it's the last episode of something we were watching, we're like, all right, let's like get into.
Oh, Walking Dead.
Yeah, we're like, all right, let's not skip it.
I feel like you're summoning like something weird when you do that.
Yeah,
It's a weird bird calling spot.
Well, that's how
But-
the pandemic started.
I skip that shit every
We-
time
when
on White
Shakira
Lotus.
We should all be the greatest guy like Spot, but I think it starts with awareness, and that's
You can
something
just
I'm
end it
aware
there.
of, and I think that, what I'm trying to bring to you, like, got to be more like Spot. No, serious, right? Like,
Just, I mean,
you gotta
You gotta
take a second,
Yeah.
and like,
What are you in a
talk
rush
to
for?
Rich's friend and just listen.
The only time in my life I'm in a rush is in a car. Every time else I'm chill.
Instead of get to the meat, get to the smash, smash, smash.
get to the smash, smash, smash. But no, I think we need to get to the smash.
I don't
smash,
know.
smash.
I don't. In today's, think about it, right? Are you just adjusting to today's world, and then realizing the difference? So that's the way to be. So maybe Spot's going to be like the odd guy out, or do you got to pull it back some? But then you're not. Then you're going against the grain of the world today. Think about it. I do.
Think about it.
I do.
It's the truth. If you want to adjust, right, then I think I'm doing the right thing. but we're losing a piece of what used to be the old way.
Well, that's why like Rich could never watch a movie prior to like 1985. Because it's boring. It was slow moving. But it was like it was character and story building.
Yeah, if that
but
shit
it wasn't
is
done.
boring.
It wasn't done in a concise way.
Yeah.
They build characters way better now. You know that. Walter White, Breaking Bad, some of the greatest characters of all time. No one says, "Oh, you know what the greatest character development was? 1958." No, they were entertaining in a different way. But if you want to talk about character development, it's never going to be from something old. It's going to be from a series now where they really build the character.
Well, that's my obvious observation of the day. I mean, we've known this has been happening. We see it with kids. I realize I'm getting worse, and I realize it more and more because, like I said, I was home alone this weekend, like Kevin McAllister.
Wet bandits visit you.
Yeah, it's
Sticky
bored.
bandits.
It's bored.
Set up
it's
some
rainy.
booby traps.
Like, yeah, it's boring.
How often did you stare at the hole in your wall?
A lot.
I bet.
Every time I'm watching TV, I just kept looking at
I
it.
saw your Instagram story where you're like, I'm trying to enjoy football, but every 2 seconds you're like, football, hole in the wall, football, hole in the wall.
If you missed it, all the rain has caused damage in my condo, and they had to cut open a big giant hole in this rotted wood there. So anyway, focus factor, rain, focus factor, pay attention. We're changing as a people. We're going to be wearing funny outfits just to garner one's attention in the end.
All the rain.
The rain was great.
Hey, Rich, good to see you. Oh!
Whoa. Hey, I'm in gear. What's going on, man?
What do you think about that game last night?
Man, it was good. Got to do that.
We're going to develop a technique that I'm not familiar with. Like the old greeting was this. Hey, Jonathan, hey.
Yeah.
Now you got someone's attention. That doesn't work in today's world.
I'm sorry.
Now you have to really, and I gave him a good one too. You really have to get their attention.
You really have to go in for the nip.
You really have to go in for it's going to be the new greeting that the weenials are going to start.
Everyone's bored.
Dude, my daughter was on a ski trip with her teenage pals this weekend, right? 7 teenage girls.
7?
Probably smelled like socks and hairspray, right? Hair product.
Teenage girls smell? I thought it was only teenage boys that smell.
No, they smell like cheap perfume from like the Bed Bath & Beyond or something. They smell like cucumber melon.
Smell like Takis and cucumber melon, right? And I even told her, I said, Melody, keep all your shit together because there's going to be little girl socks everywhere and you're going to be saying, is this one mine? I said, take care of your shit, okay? Because girls are little messes. She said that she had a great time, which is heartwarming because that's all you want for your kid, to have a blast and make memories. But she said that they were just, a lot of the time, just sitting there on their phone the whole time. And she actually was like the one, like, let's go out and play in the snow. I'm like, cool. You know, and she's one of the biggest culprits. But she said, they're all there. It's just exactly what you would think. They're all there. What are they doing? They're just fucking around.
And every so often, like, all right, look at me.
Posing, they're posing together and, you know, and I get it. That's today's fun.
Everything's an Instagram opportunity or just checking up on what other people are doing, even though you're doing something.
And we're no better because we're turning right into that.
Yeah.
So that's it. That was my weekend in a nutshell. But the whole conversation was about focus. And
I'm sorry, what?
Let me ask you, though, Rich, to wrap it up. That poses a question. Is it better to be like you and I, adjusting with the times, or a Spot who's like, I sit through it? When you see the world's not going in that direction anyway.
I'm all about evolving. Evolving with the world.
Yeah, we just have a guilt. Our kids' generation don't have that guilt. Yeah. We have a guilt because we remember
it's like
what it was like to sit through the credits.
It's like how we used to love theme songs, and then they went the way of like the Sting, and then now it's like nothing.
Give me the smash.
Now you just want smash right away.
Smash.
I challenge everyone to do something.
Watch that clip again and wait for the smash.
No, I'll never do that again.
The smash is a minute 40 into that clip.
We watched a minute 40?
No, I started it like a minute in.
That felt brutal to me. I'm not even joking. When we were waiting for that guy to say smash, 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 that felt to me like you guys just wasted my whole morning.
That's how I feel talking to people who aren't like Rich. I'm like, oh, I just got to be polite.
Oh, hey, Covino, you're at the school event. What's going on? I'm another dad.
Oh, like, give me the meat. Give me the smash. Light your hair on fire like Rich does. Why are you so boring? Why are you so boring?
I challenge people to do one thing.
What?
I challenge people to run an errand Not a full day of action. Like,
Bring the action.
hey, your wife says, honey, we ran out of fucking mustard, and hey, while you're there, can you get some Swiffer wets? And hey, can you stop at Home Depot and I don't know, get a fucking screwdriver?
Okay.
Like, I'm talking like 2 errands, hour of your time. Leave your phone at home. I did it recently because I left it by accident, and as I was pulling out of my driveway, I was like, fuck it. It's a sad test in how often you go to it.
Sad test of how I don't know how to get anywhere.
It's like a phantom. It's like a phantom. Like you'll be sitting at a red light, and you're like, even for the time, you're like,
yeah, but think about it. Why even the need to do that when you know life doesn't work that way anymore? It's just our guilt.
The only,
it's like, for what?
The only reason you would kind of need it is if you need like to contact. But like for me, I have my watch, and my watch has a cell on it. So if I need a phone call, I can just Dick Tracy it.
Yeah, but that's still cheating because you have it.
Yeah, but I'm not mindlessly scrolling on my phone.
Yeah, but I'm saying
waiting in line, so I don't have to stare at the cashier.
I'm saying the freedom that you had for the first 20 years of your life, Spot. The freedom yet confusion of going out, and not for navigation, but I know you are a guy that puts in navigation to go 2 miles from your house.
No, I print out MapQuest directions every time I go somewhere.
See, you go old school like that. No, but I just even going to like Home Depot and the supermarket, I left my phone at home.
MapQuest.
And there were like 5 times where, I don't know, it could be something as insignificant as, who sings the song that's on? Let me look up the lyric I just heard. Oh, I don't have my phone. I wonder if Sarah wanted this
RDS,
one or this
baby.
one.
RDS.
Oh shit, all right, I don't. There were like 5 times where I was like, I could have really used my phone now. And I'm like, wow. Then you think of your parents and how they went most of their lives without it. And then you think of your grandparents and people like that died never having one of these. They lived an 80, 90-year life without any communication on a phone. Wild.
You know how bored they must have been, though? They're wearing top hats like the Pale Blue Eye, like Edgar Allan Poe. Shit was boring.
Hold on, though.
I'm telling you, I can't even sit there and watch.
Take a closer
Never mind,
look.
live it.
Take a closer look at this photo. You know what you don't see? A phone.
Yeah, but nothing boring about that.
But nothing boring.
No,
about
there's
this.
a phone. It's in his back butt pocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Or no, it's in his right boot.
That's the future right there.
It's in his right boot.
Guy came up to me today wearing that. He's got my attention.
Oh,
So something's going to give. I'm telling you. So anyway,
It is a weird feeling when you forget your phone at home. But I challenge everyone to do it on purpose once. I know you're going to say, well, what if my car breaks down? Yeah, like, what if that would have happened for the first 20 years of your life or more, depending on how old you are? Like, we are so abnormally dependent on, this is like our security blanket, our safety net. Like,
everything is there.
Everything. I saw a video of a guy. It's like, hey, he talked to some young girl. He's like, give me your phone right now. I'll give you $10,000. And she was like, no.
Well, yeah, again.
And she's like,
younger people even more.
What? So, boom.
Well, bam.
Take it.
Bam, ba-boom. I do, if you got anything out of this, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker was the only thing that had my attention all weekend. That and football.
Oh,
Football's exciting, man. Those
Football
games were great.
Every game was
Nail
good
biter.
in some regard.
Yeah.
It was really, I mean, honestly, I spent my whole weekend just honed in on football. I'll be honest, that's all I really did or cared about. So I feel like today, Fox Sports Radio, I'm going to be a fucking lunatic.
And I'll give him the Statue of Liberty play. I'll give him the behind the backaroo and let him run with
a little
it.
Daniel
I'll give
Jones.
him a little Daniel Jones. Little whapa, little whoopoo. Hand the ball from behind. Rich could run with it all day, and I'll sit there and be like, I mean,
You saw some things you've never seen before.
Yeah, some real good battles.
You've seen comebacks, but you know what you've never seen? You've never seen a guy play as awful as Trevor Lawrence did in the first half.
Awful.
And have the
Like
confidence to turn it around. To have the confidence to turn it around, that would be like if you tried to fuck the same girl multiple times, and every time you tried to fuck her, you couldn't get a boner and you shit your pants.
Damn.
No,
I mean, I haven't had the shit problem, but the other part I had
Imagine if every time you tried to get with a girl,
for like a few times.
all right, imagine you went on 4 dates with a girl.
Yeah.
The first time you're sitting at dinner, you fucking spill your food all over your shirt. Then you get up and on your way to your car, you step in a puddle. Then you get in a fender bender. Then you shit your pants on the way home, and then you can't get a boner. That's Trevor Lawrence in the first half.
Trust me, the bonus
Imagine then recovering on that date and it being a good one.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did this guy have the confidence? It's like they say that in the NBA when a guy's like, yo, he missed his last 10 shots. Got to keep shooting. This guy, quote, kept shooting.
Shoot.
And
Yeah, he got hot.
since
And it's not only that, though. Good coaching plays a big part in this.
You know what we'll do? And that coach, I don't even know if he's fired already, but the Chargers coach, he's donezo already. You
that
thought?
shit was weak. Yo, the Chargers were winning 27-0. And you lose the
The
game?
coolest part is how. I mean, there was a lot of cool parts, but I thought the coolest part was that Trevor Lawrence celebrated at Waffle House afterwards.
I saw that.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
But
Props
we're
to them.
gonna break it down all on Fox Sports Radio. But give me one moment from each game that you were like, that was the moment. We can rehash it on Fox later, but yeah, I'll give you each game. You tell me one moment that stood out. Okay, let's start with Niners Seahawks. What was one moment where you're like, yo?
Oh, man. I just like the overall connection that Purdy has. Look, that was a close-ass game, right? The Seattle Seahawks played really great the first half. Second half,
Was it?
boom.
Second half was
All
they got outscored by
49ers.
20 points.
But, just that Purdy-Kittle combination and Kittle's blocking was great. Kittle, not only a great receiver and great target, just opening up holes.
Yeah, and you saw that he's usually Purdy's number one target.
Yeah.
They took him away, so what did he do? Debo had the game.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see.
Debo's speech, to me, what stuck out was how Seattle played the best they possibly could have ever had.
In the first half, especially.
And, in the first half, that's what I'm saying. Seattle played flawless. They played flawless, and they were up by 1 at the half. And then you're like, nah, reality kicked in the second half. Now, the second game, the big takeaway between the Chargers and the Jags was like we just said, how Trevor Lawrence had like the worst date possible and somehow recovered and still had sex at the end of it.
Yeah, amazing. That was great.
Bills,
But
Dolphins?
unbelievable. Hold on. Unbelievable because so many people, even you, Carls and Carlitas, were chiming on social media saying, well, this game sucks. Hold my drink.
2 hours later.
That was crazy. So, again, that shit gets my attention. We live in a world of overstimulation.
Jaime brings up a good point. That turnover in the beginning of the second half where Geno Smith fumbled and Bosa jumped on the ball, that was the turning point.
It
Because Seattle was still sort of like, yo, they're going to try to score again. After that, Seattle, it just felt like they were sort of like, it's over. And
You
from
could
that
feel
point on,
Seattle's just missing a few pieces, but they're a pretty sweet team. Even compete with a 49ers team that good.
I think the Dolphins-Bills takeaway was that it fucked every bet I had because with Skylar Thompson, the fact that this game was 34-31 and they kept it close, I thought that was going to be a blowout. Like I thought it was going to be a bigger blowout than Paulie D's hair. I thought this was going to be 30, 40 something to like 10.
Way closer than
The
it
fact
should
that
have
the
been.
Dolphins should be proud of themselves
All
that they
of
hung
these
in
games
there.
are way closer than they should have been, except for the 49ers winning those championship rounds in the second half.
I think the Giants-Vikings was a good game. Daniel Jones seems to be the fucking man.
That dude's the guy.
And Kirk Cousins didn't do bad, so they're going to blame him, but it really was...
I like that Daniel Jones, who's sort of like the forgotten guy that probably took a lot of heat. Like, he's not the answer. Is turning it around saying, yeah, maybe I am. I could run. I fucking could throw. He's a good player. I like rooting for this guy now a little bit. He just seems a little boring, right? There's something about him that's like,
Yeah.
he's like slightly cooler than Eli.
I mean, Purdy's sort of nerdy too, though.
Yeah, but there's something about him. He's got that
Purdy's nerdy.
that big cock Brock sort of vibe about him.
Do you see they show that poster on TV?
Yeah. Daniel Jones.
It said big,
sort of
and then it was a
boring
rooster,
guy.
and it said Brock. And I was
Yeah.
like, they just showed a big cock Brock on
But-
TV.
Really great close games, and then it continues tonight, guys.
Is that what, the poster in your bedroom?
Yeah, so tonight, Cowboys, Buccaneers, and there's a funny viral clip of Tom Brady bragging about how he's never lost to the Cowboys on the sideline. Did you see that one or no?
No, I didn't. So that should be a good one tonight to wrap it up.
He's 6-0
And the last game,
in these moments.
clearly there was just one play that was just changed. The one you didn't even need to watch that Cincinnati Ravens game. You need to watch one play. Huntley is at the goal line, tries to jump over and break the plane. When I say he was
He got Matumbo.
this close, there it is. The big cock Brock. I saw that. I'm like, do they? Yeah, they know what that means. They're fucking with everyone.
I mean, who wouldn't know what that meant?
Well, it says Big Brock with a chicken. Someone might have thought.
Go 49ers.
Big Chicken Brock.
Big Rooster Brock.
By the way, why are chickens so funny?
What?
Because.
Nope.
So you say nope, but
You're gonna
listeners,
say it, yeah.
listeners hit me up. They're like, what was that chicken joke? Rory. Remember Rory hit me
I
up.
say nope, but Rich is going to retell that joke.
Of course he is. He's saying on Pop 2K today.
On Fox Sports
Oh,
Radio.
you know what?
today.
Let me say it on Pop 2. Why are chickens so funny? The Bengals. Huntley reaching that ball over literally a foot away from the line.
Got the 9.
And then got fucking Matumbo'd.
Yeah, he did.
And the fact that the ball just happened and the fact that the ball just happened to perfectly bounce in the arms of a linebacker. And he just goes 98 yards or 97 yards all the way.
Whoever interviewed him at the end of the game, though, was him and Burrow, and they were both carrying like a game ball.
I saw that, yeah.
She goes,
Probably
"Pretty
your
great.
first, yeah.
Probably your first game ball." And he's like, he's like a professional NFL player. I'm sure he's gotten lots of game balls in his lifetime. What I think she meant to say was,
In the NFL?
In the NFL, one of your first big touchdowns that you ran back like that?
Well, I mean, Covino.
You don't think this guy who made it to the NFL got game balls his entire life?
Yeah, but I mean, like, when she says game ball, it's like asking A-Rod
but
about
it
it.
was-
It's like asking Aaron Judge about home runs.
It was
He's not referring to his Little League home runs.
It was awkward, dude. It was awkward.
I mean, but no, I agree because he didn't play it off right.
Wait, don't tell Covino that Little League home runs don't count.
they count. Look
They-
at me.
they-
Look
they
at me
count.
now. I'm
Look
still
at him
talking
now.
about it.
But I think she didn't say anything offensive. He took it. His reaction is what made it awkward. He could have been like, "Yeah, he is a non-pro."
I bet it's your first game ball. He's
Covino.
like,
Covino,
I guess.
he's a I'm
just happy to be here.
a linebacker that you don't know them by name.
Yeah.
Is likely
I mean,
not
he
a
ran
guy
one
that's
back,
gotten
though.
game balls, right?
98 yards. Props to him.
Jeez, fucking stud. But hey, it was a good game.
I thought they were going to call it like an illegal block, though.
Yeah,
Some sort of
that-
clipping at the
at
end.
the end,
no?
and the guy put his hands up, so he was fine. Remember, he was like,
I don't know about that.
I think it- yeah,
I was.
I don't know
I
if he
remember
would've-
being called on that a few times as a kid.
I don't know if he would have caught him. Maybe, probably.
I don't know, but fun games. Had my attention.
That's what had me attention.
Yeah, no doubt. We live in an overstimulated world.
That game was so good on Saturday night that
You need this.
the people I was with on Saturday weren't really football fans, but they
Yeah.
were involved. Mike and
Good.
Shannon came over. And,
that comeback was
and
amazing.
they were invested. And Sarah was invested because Sarah joined a little football pool that I was doing with some buddies. And Sarah had picked the Jags as like one of her best bets.
The little one Ben is swimming in?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
living
that
room?
little pool, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, we were really invested. We ordered some pizza and we're having a little hang on Saturday.
Rich orders pizza and he puts party at the end of it. And he probably does that for his kids, right? But he tries to sell it to adults like he's having a pizza party.
Pizza party.
Party.
How do you know? Why would,
Rich
is
says
it a
this all the
party?
time. It's like, dude, just because you have pizza and 2 people over doesn't mean there's a party.
I'm pretty sure anytime you have
Rich
pizza, it's a
thinks
party.
Did he do with the office?
It's a
pizza?
pizza party.
No, I get it. That's how you sell it to
You
Emmy,
order-
and that's
if
great.
you order more than
when
one-
Rich says stop by, we're having a pizza party. I'm like, there's 2 people there, and one of them falling asleep. I don't see the party.
Pizza.
Was it a party?
Party.
Was it a party cut where like each slice was cut in like
They cut it way thin. Yeah, they did.
Each slice was like
Yeah.
this, like a
Very thin.
like
Yeah.
an office
wait.
pizza party.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here you go.
It was
Wait, I don't know, man. I'm a little tired.
bro, but we're having a pizza party. It's good. It's fucking a pizza party.
Party. Oh.
When you order more than one pizza,
I'll be there in 15
when
minutes.
you order more than one pizza, and you order like mozzarella sticks or fried
It's not
ravioli,
a party because you ordered
or
food.
breadsticks or some
not-
shit.
it's not a party.
It is a party.
There's not a party. You just had pizza.
We had a party.
You had pizza, and Sarah's falling asleep because she's drinking wine
No,
with
Sarah
Shannon.
got trashed.
Shannon's there, barely keeping her eyes open.
There
was no party.
They were cracking me up.
You had pizza, and you watched football.
Shannon and Sarah,
Rich abuses the word party because he's used to
That's
talking
weird.
to 5-year-olds.
they drank
Let's
so
see.
much wine.
Let's see.
They drank so much wine, and
TikTok.
it was
Oh yeah, weird. No invite.
yeah.
Oh, I got
No,
it right.
Yeah.
Having
Oh,
a
it's
pizza
weird.
party.
No, he came over on Sunday.
Weird. No.
I came over
invite to the
yesterday.
pizza
Yeah, he
party.
came over yesterday when I had the guys
It's
over.
so funny because I love pizza.
So I had
Invite me to the pizza party.
Pizza
Wait,
is
we had,
dick.
we had Mike and Shannon over on Saturday for a pizza party. And when I tell you, like pizza flying,
It's weird.
toppings.
Party.
I mean,
Rich was standing on a
Fucking great.
chair. fucking dancing.
Yeah, if it was such a party, you would think like more people would have been invited.
Well, yesterday we had the NFL football Sunday party. Yesterday was a breakfast party. We made a breakfast casserole.
Party.
Made some.
No music.
Well, football's on. You're not playing music during football.
Oh yeah, weird. Still, no invite.
But we, I had a bunch of my softball buddies over and a few other friends over yesterday, and it was just a.
And apparently,
honestly,
they probably talked about me after I left. Like, this guy can't focus.
No, not at all. You were like one of the. I think people left right around the same time as you did. Yeah. But we had we just had a weekend of football and pizza parties.
Football was insane,
and the fact that the games were competitive made it. You don't want to have people over for a football pizza party. And have the games
stop with that.
And have the games be.
You're not talking to 4-year-olds.
No, it's a football pizza party.
Rich thinks he's
lead
in a
with pizza. Always lead with pizza.
Have a pizza party.
It's a pizza football party.
Yeah, it's a pizza football party. Yeah, what wine goes at a pizza party?
It's not a party.
Oh, I don't know. The girl Chardonnay. I don't know. But when the games are good,
you would want a red because you would want. Let's see.
The girls were drinking white. Well, Shannon brought over a bunch of white wine that she bought. She got at a vineyard, and her and Sarah were just sampling them all like they were sommeliers. But after like one or two bottles, like, yo, these girls are getting a little. Mike and I looked at each other. I'm like, yo, they're a little.
I don't think your palate is active after two bottles of wine.
They were fucking hilarious. They like planned like multiple trips we're taking, and I'm like, what are you even doing? They're like booking things. I'm like, what is going on? So,
know what I did that night when you were having your
not
pizza party?
a pizza party?
Not a pizza party. I had a Tito's party. What's the difference? I had Tito's. It was a party by myself.
I think everyone that sits home
Tito's
drinking alone,
party.
everyone that sits home drinking alone should say they're having a Tito's party.
Tito's party. I'm just going to abuse the word like Rich does. I had
Party.
a Tito's party. Put a party at the end of whatever boring shit you're doing, and it sounds so much cooler. I was having a Tito's party. Now, they come in jugs, and I love jugs.
A handle.
Who doesn't love jugs?
Yeah, you know,
Big handle.
Jugs of booze. And then they come in a regular bottle, right?
Jordan was having some jugs parties this weekend.
Yeah, she's at a jugs party in Tulum. And she paid for herself to get there. And then there's the little mini shot things of vodka, right? But there's an in-between bottle, like a little person bottle of Tito's. Have you ever seen it?
Like a Dinklage size?
It's almost like a gift bottle. It's not a regular size bottle, and it's not a shot bottle.
So it's a fourth size?
It's a mid.
So it's not a regular bottle, it's not a handle, and it's not a airport one.
I finished that by myself on Saturday while you were having your pizza party.
Well, you were having a Tito's party.
I had a Tito's party.
Who'd you invite? Tito Santana? Who else? Tito Santana?
Me, Tito, and my socks. Like we were just all chilling.
Tito Ortiz, Tito Santana. What other Titos did you
But
invite?
I felt like I accomplished something because I was like, get rid of this fucking bottle.
Oh, it's a 200 milliliter bottle.
Is that a lot? Because I finished it.
So it's 4 shots.
4 shots. Oh, that's easy then. That's 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Two doubles.
Yeah, that was it. That's having a party.
That's easy.
But I woke up feeling like ass cheeks, just like Sarah did the next day.
Oh, Sarah. You know what's so funny? You know when I'm not taking any credit away from Sarah. You know when someone makes something and it's
it's 5 shots.
Okay, so that's like
5
that's
shots.
a decent. That's like 3 or 4 cocktails, right? Like if you go to the bar, right? What do they give you?
It was the stare at the hole in my wall Tito's party.
So if it's 5 shots, would you say that is 5 shots like the equivalent of 5 drinks? When they measure a drink at a bar, are they giving you 1 shot of booze or no? A heavy pour is not 1 shot; it's more. But if you're at a stadium where they do like the designated
they give you 1 full shot.
Okay, so that's 5 drinks. It's a lot. You had a nice little night.
Like whenever if you ever go to a fancy place and they use the jigger.
Yeah.
That's 1.5 ounces, which is a shot.
1.5 ounces.
The big side of the jigger, you know how there's 2 sides?
Yeah.
One's 1.5, one's 1, depending on what you're mixing. But the 1.5 is a shot.
Okay, so 1.5. So you're looking at like 4 drinks pretty much.
That.
So
little person bottle.
if you had 5,
but a shot is around 44 milliliters. So you're just shy of 5 shots.
Yeah, so I'm saying if Covino had the equivalent of like 4 good cocktails, that'll get you a nice buzz.
It's party.
Yeah.
Party.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Sit on my couch party.
I mean, it's no pizza party. I mean, we had a pizza party.
It's a fungus party.
Oh no, it was I had a Jordan's leftover keto pizza party.
Oh, Tito Jackson was there too?
Tito Jackson, Santana,
and Ortiz.
Ortiz.
All your favorite Titos.
And any other Titos? Can't think of any.
So pizza party on Saturday, watching the Jag. I watched my Niners, Seahawks, just with the kids and Sarah. We were just chilling out. Then we had our pizza party. And then, Yesterday was cool because I had a bunch of my softball buddies over and a couple other rando friends, and
I stopped by Spot.
it was a good time. It was a really nice time, and it was just we had 3 good games on, and I told people, oh, I know what I was going to say. When someone makes something and it's delicious, sometimes I think, I'm being serious, I think you shouldn't tell people how to make it if it's really easy. Because Sarah makes this breakfast casserole that I knew it wasn't like the trickiest thing, but I thought it was a little more complex because she was hungover. So Sarah laid in bed all day yesterday.
Did she invent it, or is it?
No, it's like a breakfast casserole. It's like
Did you find
tater
the
tots. It's
recipe
like
online?
tater tots, Jimmy Dean sausage.
I say you never give your
cheese,
secrets, period.
eggs.
That's like when people are so
Yeah,
amazed.
but that's the dumb mentality of your grandma that you hate because now you don't have any of your family recipes.
Good.
But there is an art.
They died with her.
Yeah, but that was her point.
To what?
Mission accomplished.
Like
That's
Miss
ridiculous.
me. Figure it out.
Miss me?
Figure it out. I did it.
One of my
did it.
favorite
You figured
things
it out.
is that my grandmother who died left me her special little cookie recipe. And I now love it because it reminds me of her when I make them.
Yeah, but like
Don't die with your
you don't-
recipes.
You don't think I can't find an old style cookie press recipe online?
Make your own.
Yeah, but you don't know her little recipe was like, add a
that-
little extra this, don't do this,
But that's
replace
the
that
thing.
with that.
So like, you know how I make stromboli, and because you were having a pizza party, that's why you didn't invite me. Because you didn't need my
That's not
stromboli.
why I didn't invite you.
But stromboli is just, it's 3 ingredients. It's fucking pizza dough, cheese, and meat, and you just roll it up. But there is a little bit of a style to it. Anyone can make that. I don't mind sharing the recipe,
No,
but it's not going to be the same as mine.
Yeah, no, because everyone's going to make it different. But I'm saying like
My hands.
Sarah makes this breakfast casserole.
My meat hooks.
And when I tell you, every time Sarah makes it, I fucking love it in house. I'm like, babe, this is fantastic. What
It's
a
easy to
weekend!
make.
What a weekend cheat meal, delicious fucking.
So a lot of
right?
tater tots on top of it.
So essentially, it's. I'll give you the recipe now. You can make this at a little because out here on the West Coast,
Do you have a photo of the breakfast casserole?
you know what I do, Spot. Let me
Send it
because
to
Sarah
me so
sent
I
me
can pull it up.
Sarah sent me essentially the recipe, and I was like, yo, this is way easier than I thought. I'm not taking away anything she does. It just.
it ruins the secret.
It ruins like in
Ruins
my
the magic.
mind. In my mind, I sort of maybe thought it was like her thing,
Well,
and when
It's
what is her?
not.
It is her thing.
but like I make a lot of things that are simple in execution, but it's all about the love you put into it.
Oh, it's the love you put into it, and it's
You can never recreate Sarah's love,
I can never.
breakfast love.
But I was like, oh no, because I had all these people coming over yesterday.
no.
I have all these people coming over, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
because football started at 10 a.m. out here. I told people, I go, what do you guys want to do? You want to watch an early game, late game? I didn't want everyone here late because it's Sunday night, school night, work night. So everyone came over like 10, 11 in the morning for the first game and stayed throughout the afternoon. So I was like, we'll have some breakfast cocktails. I'll make a breakfast casserole, make some pancakes or bacon or something. It's cook the sausage, mix it up with a bag of tater tots, 8 eggs, 2 cups of milk, salt, pepper, and a cup of mozzarella cheese and a cup of cheddar cheese. Mix it all up and bake it for literally an hour, 1 hour. And it's,
Am I allowed to play the video?
yeah, it's fantastic. I thought it was way complex, and Sarah makes it better than me, so I'll give her that, baby. You're the best.
You're the best.
But it's so good, dude. This, honestly, if anyone ever has friends over for like a little brunch thing,
sausage.
yo, this thing is so good.
All right, I see it's a.
So,
it's
all right, so you get your Jimmy Dean sausage, you
All right.
ground it up in the frying pan.
By the way, that tool is.
I have it.
Every kitchen should have that tool. That meat grinder, whatever it is.
Tater tots,
Tater
cheddar,
tots, cheese, mozzarella. Mix it up. Where do the eggs come in? Yes. How many eggs?
you mix 8 eggs with 2 cups of milk, and you pour it over it, and it sort of distributes and settles
it's
in
like
the
a-
pan.
I mean, but what did you think was in the casserole that
No,
was
but
like so
but in my mind, I'm like,
Pepper,
dude, you're the most intimidated guy when it
Garlic,
comes to cooking, so don't tell me.
onion, and milk.
No, I will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
but you're
what
the
do you
guy
think
that was. You're the guy that 5 years
But
ago
what-
you
what
were
were you
proud of
thinking?
yourself.
But what were you thinking that was so hard about it?
But you were
That
the guy.
You were so like, wow.
You were the guy 5 years ago that was proud that you made a scrambled
But
egg.
what does that have to do with
pretty easy.
fucking the price of eggs?
But what I'm saying is that is a very simple, amazing,
Bitch.
it's an amazing,
Gotta reboot your internet.
it's an amazing breakfast little treat.
Well,
It was
by
a great
By
Sunday.
the time I got here, the breakfast party was over. I'm sorry, what do you call that?
No, the tater tots are not pre-cooked. The only thing you have to pre-cook, Vic, is the sausage. So you mix the sausage with the tater tots, cheese, milk, with the
yeah.
eggs and just pour it over. 8 eggs
That's like $100 casserole right there.
with the price of eggs. I know.
So that's
I got the 18 pack of eggs and it was like $10.
Casserole party.
Oh, casserole party?
Casserole party.
You know, what are you going to do? I mean, trust me. Listen, I've been to some pretty nice parties where they don't really make anything special. So I'm saying sometimes something might seem a little like trickier, like more time. Like this didn't take
Shit
much
looks
time at
bomb.
all.
I'm not gonna lie. It
was great. People devoured it. It was a fucking casserole party.
Oh man, if I had known, I would have showed up earlier.
There was one piece. There was a little corner left when you came here because no one wanted to. You don't want to finish it. You know?
So it was like
Casserole.
You guys
party.
were just having like a regular brunch.
Casserole party.
Anyway, that was the weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your weekend was as great as the 49ers weekend was.
Yo, Mike Wheeler, I agree with that. Would be good. He goes, why don't you kick it up a level and put a layer of French toast at the bottom?
Oh.
Imagine that, a little cinnamon sugar at the layer at the bottom. You know what I thought was good on it too? A little hot sauce. Add a little hot sauce to that. So then the French toast doesn't make sense.
Can't have the sweet and savory. Yeah. It's too much. Too much together. It's too rich.
You know why eggs are so expensive?
Hold on. If someone can answer this question now, I'll give you a high five.
You know why eggs are so expensive?
Why?
Because no, eggs are so expensive because I did see that farmer. There was like an outbreak of like bird flu that we don't realize how fucking big it was. So they had to slaughter millions of fucking chickens. So I'm being serious. That's the reason. So
and you think that we'd survive a fungus?
Because
you know what would be good on that if you did like a basket weave of bacon on top.
Like the basket weave of bacon.
Like
now you're talking
bacon.
I saw people do basket weaves of bacon on other things. Do you know what that means, by the way? Basket weave. I don't know if you know. You don't know. You made it. You learned how to make a scrambled egg the other day.
You're a fucking tool bag.
You're a tool bag.
Yeah, no, I don't know what basket weaving bacon means. Like I've never seen it before.
That look was
Fuck out of here.
I gotta watch that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just wait. I can't wait for the look back. Hold on.
Are you going to do a look back at his look?
No, I'm just looking at it in the preview.
Never forget. Never forget Covino's broccoli and chicken master video. And then, yeah, you're right. You're right. He is a master chef.
I mean, just because I don't know how to fucking cook it doesn't mean I don't know how to eat it.
that is
Dummies
true.
acting like I never saw it before.
So I agree with Mauser. It's really sad. They had to destroy more cocks than Gio's mother in the 80s.
Good one.
Or me in 2022.
So, yeah, basket weaving. I know.
I saw something this weekend, and the guy was chugging Tapatio. What did I watch where the guy was chugging Tapatio?
Oh, probably a TikTok video while someone was trying to talk to you.
It might have been an old clip.
Remember when like someone called you and tried to talk to you and you're like, yeah, I'm busy.
Sure wasn't a
It
dream.
might have been an old Mad TV clip or something, but someone was chugging Tapatio. They're like, it's Tapatio. What was it? Anyway, I had a lot of downtime, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Extended
way,
weekend. Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. We're live.
Action-packed fucking 5 of the 6 NFL football games definitely probably helped your bored weekend.
Oh, yeah. That was great. Something to look forward to all the time. And tonight, like we said, Cowboys, Buccaneers, and I digest.
Oh, do you think, looking forward to next week? I know you're a New Yorker, New Jersey, and a lot of your friends growing up, Giants fans. You think they got a shot against the Eagles?
Yeah. Shot, yeah. Will they win? Probably not.
Mr. Jones, Daniel Jones.
Another close game, I think.
You know, the Eagles are only 7-point favorites.
Yeah. Another close game, but I think the Eagles will come out on top. But
The
Giants
boring,
look good.
The boring game of the week is the early Saturday one. That's Jags at Chiefs. I think the Jags had a great little game, but I can't see them hanging with fucking Mahomes. Can you?
I'm here. No, Mahomes is gonna fucking light it up. Can't wait.
That game might get a little gross.
So you missed out on.
I'll have
the
another pizza
casserole
party.
You missed
Next
out on
weekend,
the
another pizza party.
Pizza party, Davis.
Pizza party next weekend. Who's
And-
coming? Who's coming to the pizza party?
And
You in?
We move on. Rich, I saw our boy Jake Levesque sent me a theory that I could sort of get behind. We don't need to harp on it, but it makes a lot of sense, even from a psychological standpoint, I think.
Ooh, let's hear it.
He said, what are your thoughts on this, being the rockin' dude that I am?
You are a rockin' dude.
Jake, good guy, sent me a meme. And the meme, actually, it was just a tweet from someone named Luke.
Luke.
And it was a theory that Luke shared on Twitter. And it says, the shorter the lead singer, could be in any band, but especially rock. The shorter the lead singer, the better the band. And I think psychologically, there's a lot to that. I really do. And I think of course, there's exceptions to that rule. And Robert Plant was.
What about a guy with a
tall, slender
What about
guy.
a lead singer with a short, like a short sounding name, like Patrick Stump?
But he's a short guy.
He's a
Stumpy
short guy, and he's
stumpy guy.
Hey, Fall Out Boy, there you go.
I think, especially when you think of rock bands, Godsmack, David Draymond, combined height is 10 feet. You know, Disturbed.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger's a 5'10". No, he's like 6 foot even.
John Bon Jovi's not tall.
He's like 5'7".
Yeah, he's a little fella.
Like, I don't know. But there's a whole chart of like all these short ass rock stars. And it's interesting because we see them larger than life. But I feel like psychological standpoint.
Is this it? Is this what you saw?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're not overcompensating. They're just compensating for their demeanor, probably. Like, fuck that. I hate being the small fry. And I'm going to write some fucking really aggressive shit, and I'm going to be the man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be...
Serge Tankian's the exception, right? Because he's like fucking a big lurchy guy, right?
No, he's not. He's maybe like 5'11".
32 short musicians who rock the world.
But put it this way. It's like how many 7 foot guys do you see alive at an old age? Not too many.
No.
You don't see really
Bono's
tall.
only 5'5"?
Yo, there's some really short
There's no
people.
way.
There's
Yeah.
no way Prince is 5'2".
Prince was
I
very
saw
short.
another. I saw
5'2"? That's
Yeah.
like a small woman.
No, Prince is very short. You didn't know that?
5'2"?
Yeah,
Roger
he was-
Daltrey.
Your daughter's probably
5'7".
5'2".
She's 5 foot even.
I feel like my wife is taller. My wife's like 5'4".
Your wife is taller than Bono?
I think.
But you don't
No.
think there's something there like, yeah, I might be short.
There's no way Paul Simon's 5'3".
I'm not
No, he's
slamming
short.
I'm not slamming basketballs. I'm not a good athlete because I'm tiny. I'm gonna get up there and fucking rock out hard and have people worship me.
Flea is only 5'6"?
5'6". Keita's what, 5'9".
All right, Willie Nelson I could see as being a shorter guy. Billy Joe Armstrong is 5'7". I agree with that
Vedder's
too.
only 5'7"?
That's what I'm saying, dude. These guys larger than life.
Axl Rose is only 5'8"?
The shorter, of course, there's exceptions, but it's so few and far between. How many bands do you know is like the Lurches?
CeeLo is 5'6". Is it wide or tall?
Exactly. It's
Wow.
insane.
But
dude.
that's
I think there's a lot of
Phil
truth
Collins
to it.
was only 5'6"?
There's a lot of
Bruno
truth.
Mars 5'5".
Well,
I
he's
felt
short.
like that. I feel like I
Yeah,
knew
he's
that.
short. We've met him.
It's like
'Cause-
Barry's height.
That's their outlet, and they're there to be larger than life. And they felt like the small fry, but they had something to say, and they weren't good at sports.
How is Prince so good at basketball then with Chappelle?
He had moves.
5'2"? The fucking regular Spud Webb.
All right, here we go. Prince 5'2", Bruno Mars 5'4", Paul Simon 5'2".
Especially in
Billy
rock,
Joel's
though.
only 5'5"?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jeez.
Can you find a spot just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
Look up a picture of Billy Joel and Heather
Elton John?
Locklear or no, like who else did he?
Steve Perry was only 5'7".
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's a tiny looking guy.
Who's Alexis Ray Joel's mom again? Why am I drawing a blank? Christy
Brinkley.
Brinkley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look up a picture of Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley because she's tall. So I want to see if this makes sense. Look up Christy Brinkley, Billy Joel, like 1980s.
I think the tallest rock stars that I saw that were notable here were Robert Plant, who was like 6 foot or 6'1", and even Mick Jagger was 6 foot. I think Paul McCartney's 5'10". You know, no one ever, that's not, you're not in the NBA. So you're doing your other thing. It makes sense. But I think, again, when you're
here's a
Sully
very
from
80s photo
Godsmack
of
and
him.
you're 5'7", you just want to be, you're a bad, that's your domain to be a badass, you know?
See,
I got to see her height, though.
He's wearing fucking height increasing shoes.
Christy Brinkley was also probably, she's a model. She was probably 5'8" or something.
How much you bet he's wearing some high heeled
He's
boots?
definitely wearing...
Serious.
Christy Brinkley's only 5'9". So
she's a model. It's a big woman.
He was standing on something.
If you scroll down, he's on a milk crate.
Yeah.
Milk crate.
By the way, Christy Brinkley.
So again, the shorter the lead singer, the better the band. I just think because it's coming from a place of anger. That's why it's a Napoleon complex sort of thing. It's a Godsmack sort of thing. Godsmack especially. It's that fuck you attitude. I'm bringing the heat because this is where I'm taller than that. I'm bigger than that.
Maybe she wasn't allowed to wear heels like Nicole Kidman.
And then we see
Tom
them.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Ocasek was, again, but he was like a lurchy guy from Cars. From the Cars, he was 6'4", Ryan saying.
See, this says Bono's 5'8".
Still, that's short, man.
Anything under 5'10",
Davy Jones was only 5'3".
anything under 5'10",
Yo.
no offense, but you could be, if you're under 5'10",
Just average height.
would you agree that if you're under 5'10", no offense, you'd probably consider that guy
Hold on.
short?
Is Lars really 5'5"?
Yes, 5'5" and a half, I believe. Right? Isn't it 5'5" and a half? I looked this shit up.
Guy's a Metallica.
I couldn't believe it.
5'5".
Yeah,
But hold on, what would you consider?
Can you
like,
imagine? Like, again, and
Glenn Danzig?
someone that you
Hold on.
think is larger than life.
Danzig, 5'4".
Yeah, and Glenn Danzig was fucking, remember, remember he's all ripped. You're like, man, this guy's the man. 5'4".
mother's still carrying him.
But you think, I know, you think like, man, these are my rock heroes, and then you meet them, and they're like tiny little like
Van
lemmings.
Morrison, 5'4".
Oh, man,
Hold
it's
on.
crazy.
John Oates, 5'4".
What would you consider?
I'm not surprised
What would
by
you
that. He's a
consider?
short
Like, no offense, but what would you consider? Like, oh, he's a short guy. Is it under 5'10" short?
I'd say under 5'9".
No. I think if you go single digits on the inches,
I'm from New Jersey.
Under 5'9".
I'd say under 5'9".
by someone we offending someone?
No, I'm just saying that would say that would be
So if you
short.
met someone that was
because
5,
I know people that are around that height. No, but like if you're built, it doesn't seem as short.
Right,
When
when
you
you-
start getting into like 5'7" territory, you're short. If 5'9", you're like an average height. If you're built, yeah, it's how scrawny are you too?
yeah, but I don't think built is. I think if you're under
I'm telling
5,
you, I have family members right around the 5'9" area.
mean,
Listen to me. Hold on, just hear me out. And they were built. They still had a bigger presence about them. Now, as time goes on and the atrophy kicks in, they look like pipsqueaks to me.
You can't inject personality in their vibe.
Not personality.
Someone could
I'm talking
be
about their actual size.
No, but I'm saying someone could be 5'4" and have a fucking lightning personality and be
Who
fucking
said
light up.
personality. I said their size. I said
can't lie
atrophy
about you.
It had nothing to do with personality.
Yeah, but you can't be like, oh, they're 5'9", but they fucking present.
Muscular wise, because they're big.
That doesn't mean.
But if you're
they're still
even if you're
short.
5'7" and you got to build, you're
I don't-
still really
it's
short.
these are like non.
Because you don't present, you present a lot smaller
What's
when
the word?
you don't have muscle, man. Telling
They're
you.
not mutually exclusive. You're
big,
can't,
but I said nothing
you
about
can't be like
personality.
you can't say like built or handsome makes up for it. That makes a guy probably have it's probably easier for a 5'9" guy if he's handsome or built. But I think if you're under 5'10",
Yeah.
if you're inches
Under 5'10", yeah.
under 5'10", if you're
Okay.
under 5'10",
Oh, we agree then.
A
'cause I
woman-
said 5'9".
is short.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
okay.
we agree.
I think 5'10" to 6. Would you say 5'10" to 6 foot?
Even though the average height, I believe, is 5'9". Look it up, Swat.
Average male height?
Yeah. I think it is 5'9". Average.
You know how you know when you realize how
in the
how
US?
short.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how you realize how men are short. Go on a New York City subway.
5'9"? You're right.
Go on a New York City subway, right, and look around because
A lot of foreign people.
a lot of foreign people, and unless there's a black dude, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to New York City.
No, it's all Asian,
I'm exactly
Indian,
I'm
Asian.
exactly 6 foot. I go on a New York City subway, being a 6 foot guy. I look around. I'm like, Asian, Hispanic, and Italian guys.
feel
5'8",
giant.
5'9",
I feel
5'8".
giant.
I feel like
The biggest guy in my
And then
family.
I go to Texas, and all Sarah's friends' husbands are like 6'3". So I mean, it's also regional, and somehow
I didn't start feeling shorter until we started traveling as a show and interviewing professional athletes and just hitting other parts of the country. That's the truth. But I think look, Corey Taylor, 5'7", and it's even more of a shock because they're larger than life to you, and they're on stage and they're doing big things. So everything about them is big, and then you meet them and you're like, yo, he looks like he's in the lollipop.
I'll give you a couple. Under 5, I'd say under 5'10". If you're 5'9" or under, nothing wrong with it, but you would probably be considered. I'm thinking from a woman perspective. You'd be considered, oh, he's a short guy. Someone's like, yeah, I'm 5'8". No offense, you're just a short guy. I think to have a small foot, I think if it's single digits. If you're undersized 10,
You're obsessed with that one time we went to.
because we met a guy once with a size 7 shoe.
But
and
he was a
like
normal
six-
size
he was
guy.
He was a 6 foot guy with a size 7 shoe. Like, how's he not tip over? You don't think you would? If a guy has a size,
Like a peg leg.
if a guy wears an undersized 10 shoe, if he's like, yeah, size 9, I would say he has a small foot.
Imagine having tiny feet.
If you wear a men's small shirt, you're a small guy.
Small fry.
Small fry. I met
If your sizes are easy to find because no one, like, I'd imagine if you're like pant size, 32 to 36, I'd imagine, are the hardest to find because that's where most guys sit.
Waist-wise?
If you're size 28
30,
waist,
I've noticed like 36 is always the one that's not there. 36. And that's because that's the one I wear.
if you're size 28 waist, you could get any pair of pants you want.
Any pair.
Anywhere.
And they'll
Always
look
there,
good on you.
yeah.
It's like anytime you see a dope shirt.
Anytime there's jeans on sale, they're 28
Anytime I see the sweetest looking shirt, they always have a ton in men's small. I'm like, man.
Medium. It's medium.
So the shorter the lead singer, the better the band, because I think they're coming from a more of a place of passion. They weren't judged by their looks, so they lead with their heart and their emotions. It all makes sense when you really think about it. I met AC/DC, man. This is the craziest thing ever. This is a two-part story. I don't think I ever told our patrons this story.
Oh.
I met AC/DC.
Give you the one shot.
I felt like a giant, like Jim Jeffries.
I'm a giant, Kate.
I felt like a giant.
Kate, I'm a giant.
I was like, this is AC/DC? They look like something from Middle Earth. This band is out of Middle Earth.
Are you sitting extra tall right now so you don't feel short?
No.
Because
I'm like-
there's no way your head should be cut
But
off.
he grew. He's 6 foot now.
Yeah, there's no way your head should be cut
I'm
off.
just feeling it, I guess.
You're very,
I'm growing facial hair and I'm just growing.
No, he's working on his ass, bud.
Oh, that's right.
He's doing the stair stepper.
Yo, it's working.
Oh, your
man.
ass is elevating you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My ass. So anyway, I met AC/DC.
Your one shot didn't change. Your ass did, though.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I pulled a radio move on them that no one expected, and it worked. And you could get in trouble with this sort of thing, to be honest. But AC/DC was there. I felt like a giant in comparison. I couldn't believe this was AC/DC. I swear I thought they were hobbits. You know, I looked at their feet and everything just to check.
I got rid of the one shot.
And
You looked at their ears, too, to make sure they weren't pointed.
I was like, I can't believe this. This is AC/DC. They were all smaller than the next. Look up their height. They're the shortest band I'd ever seen in my life.
AC/DC.
Right?
Little hobbits.
I felt so intimidating to them, even though they're legends. Because I'm like, I'll kick all your asses right
Angus and Malcolm Young
now. Yeah.
are 5'2" and 5'3".
Oh, dude, is that not insane?
Are they in fourth grade?
And I'm like a young man. I'm like, I'll kill all of you guys.
Is this their fourth grade heights? Or
I said, guys, I ran to the back and I was like, I'm going to make something out of nothing. I found an old Mike Ness rockabilly piece of shit guitar that had been sitting in the studio like with dust all over it. I
Mike
tuned
Ness
it
Monster?
up. I tuned it up real nice. I said, guys, can you play an acoustic jam for us? And they did, because they weren't going to say no, because I would have kicked their ass because they were
That's
so
why.
small.
That's why.
That's why.
And they did. And I stole that guitar because they performed it, and I gave it to my sister's boyfriend. And he still has it because he was a big Mike Ness fan. But think about that. AC/DC 5'2". Ridiculous. But when you think about it, again, I think you learn to develop a personality, right? Because no one's with you for your looks and your height for sure, right? So you
When you're
work on what?
5'2"? Yeah.
You work on what? Your jokes, your personality, your heart. You work on your personality, right? That translates on paper. You probably have a chip on your shoulder about shit like that. And it translates, bam, you're a rock star.
I have a question. If you're on a dating site, Matt brought this up on our feedback. He has a buddy that's a shorter fella.
Mm-hmm.
And when women ask him, how tall are you? He fires back with, how much do you weigh?
Damn.
Is that fair? Because they're sort of asking,
Yeah, but it's coming from like that little bagel guy sort of place.
hey,
Yeah.
bagel boss.
Yeah, bagel.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's coming from a place of like, chill, bro, before I squash you.
What about the hypothetical that we talked about years ago?
What?
If you ask most men if they could transfer inches in their life,
Mm-hmm.
would most people stay with what they are? Or meaning
Oh, would I?
inches in height and inches of your penis?
I think I take.
Would
I think
most
I'd
guys-
shave off an inch of my height for an inch of my dick?
So
Yeah,
you'd go from 6 foot to 5'11" spot.
But
to
I would
get-
want half an inch wider and then half an inch longer. Is that an option?
I don't think you could do that.
So it'd only be length.
Length, yeah.
Well, then I'd keep my height because my length is pretty good.
Bagel Boss was very angry.
I want a little more girth, a little more length.
Mac Miller was 5'7". He infamously has a quote about like, How does it feel being short? He's like, I'm short or something like that. Like, you could look it up. If not, it's okay. But all these people, Lil Wayne, how tall do you think that guy is? Fucking Bow Wow. How tall is that guy?
Fucking
5'2"?
Lil's in his name.
I'm just thinking of all these people that we met.
Lil isn't his name. That is true.
Anyway, the shorter the lead singer, the better the band. There's always exceptions. I get it. The Ramones, Joey Ramone. He's like Howard Stern, 6'6". Legends. I get it.
Some people are gargoyles. Some are little lollipop guild members.
You know, there's exceptions to the rule. But you could see how like this was the stage and the guitar. Those are great equalizers for these guys. And then you factor the chip on their shoulder and their ability to convey their emotions. Bam. It's like it all adds up. Dude, David Lee Roth is like 5'7". Eddie Van Halen was like 5'6". It's crazy when you look at it. It really is.
But
it all makes sense.
Have you dated and hooked up with women of all different heights, or usually go for a shorter girl?
Yeah, always shorter girl.
I prefer a shorter girl.
It's just
I'm not opposed to.
Makes you feel like more of a man.
I'm not opposed to climbing a tree now and then.
if that was it,
makes you feel like more of a man.
I'm telling you, if that was it, I'd tell you, because of course
You don't think subconsciously you've got you? If all your girls you
that's what
dated
I'm
are 5'2",
attracted to, you know?
yeah, but I'm saying like you don't think subconsciously I was like, yeah,
I don't think so. I'm just not attracted to it.
It has to be so. Remember that infamous story of Steve Ward setting his matchmaking company setting me up with? How come every time I talk you want to leave?
A gargoyle?
A gargoyle?
Yeah.
She wasn't attractive.
Yeah.
But then, track back 6-7 months ago, the girl I was dating was as tall as me.
Really?
But she was beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's all about attraction level.
I think I'd be able to deal with that. You know, I think it's attraction. I don't think subconsciously.
I sometimes I'll see a girl that's short, and if she has a short boyfriend, I'm always like, oh, they sort of like found each other's like height match. Like if some guy's like 5'5", 5'6", and his girl's 5'2", I'm like, perfect, because that 5'6" guy probably was looking for his little 5'2" princess forever, because a 5'6" guy will probably unfairly get shunned by girls that are like 5'7".
Kristen has dated a lot of short guys.
Well, she's shorter. She's short. Kristen's how old? How tall? 5'3"?
5.
So she could date a guy that's
5'3", I think.
like, all right, Barry,
5'3",
for instance.
5'4".
Bernardo, Covino's old school best bud. I'm not calling him out, but the guy's like 5'5", 5'6". Barry can't date a tall cup of water, as they say. Barry.
Drink of water, Rich. Drink of water.
Cup of water? Drink of water?
It's a drink of water.
Bernardo was always going to end up with a petite girl. It's just how it is. There's one girl on TikTok, and she's with a way shorter guy. And I feel like that's the whole dynamic of their situation. Abby something. Hold on, I gotta look it up. All they do is make fun of the guy's height, and I feel bad for the guy.
You know what? I'm thinking from a psychological standpoint was the point here. I think me growing up with Barry probably helped my feeling of like always.
He's your little buddy.
I act a lot bigger than I probably am. Like, fuck you.
And it's so
because I never felt like the small fry ever in my life.
There are things you can control. Your weight. Hell, you can even control like balding now.
I know.
But you can't control your height, and you can't control your dick size.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be held
things you could do.
You shouldn't be held accountable for either. Just like you shouldn't hold a girl accountable for the size of her jubblies, even though you can get surgery to fix that.
I saw a guy that got his legs extended.
Yeah, you can get surgery to fix her height and your dick.
I saw this guy get surgery where they like add bones to your legs or something.
That's painful though.
Oh, I
You
bet.
got to break your legs. At least those were the old procedures, right? So that's the meat
The meat and potatoes.
But
the tweet that got me thinking.
I would argue that there's the problem with shorter men is like sometimes a lot of them will get that Napoleon complex, and they'll be much douchier because they feel the need to overcompensate rather than just be a nice short guy.
That's why I said, especially this tweet applies more in rock than anything, because it's very coming a lot of times from an angry place. These dudes are small, man.
Oh, can I tell you something? This is a wild thought too. It's not breaking the glass, but a lot of times it's all, you know, relatively speaking, like, hey, are you a handsome guy? Well, if you're in the room and you're in a room full of models, hey, you might not be the handsome guy. And if you're in a room full of mutants, you're going to be the most handsome guy. If I've never met you in person and your wife is short,
Yeah.
I might not know you're short because two people just said their height.
Yeah.
And my mind just went, oh. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. In my mind, they were like 6 foot or taller because I would see them next to their wives or girlfriends. And now I'm like, wait a minute. You're not tall. Your wife is just short.
You're relatively tall to your
and
wife.
that's a great, not trick, but that's a great, like Mike Wheeler just hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that dude was like 6 foot or so. Mike Wheeler's like, I'm about 5'8".
Wow.
But
yeah, I wouldn't have thought that.
But his wife is you know, petite and smaller.
But he's also like, he appears bigger.
Same
That's
with
what I was
fucking, yeah,
saying.
same with fucking Ralph. Ralph said he's 5'8".
Yeah,
And
but
again-
and Ralph has stature, and you dismissed it, and you started talking about personality. That's what I was saying before, you goon.
Nothing.
Ralph has fucking got traps that'll fucking kick your ass. His traps will kick your ass.
Doesn't do any help though when you're standing next to a tall woman. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm getting a mystery phone call. I gotta
Mystery?
answer it. Yeah.
Mister.
Hold on.
Hello.
Mystery phone call.
Hello. Son of a bitch. Fuck your mama.
That's nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Just remember,
Continue.
doesn't matter how tall you are.
I have one more story.
You can still kick someone's ass.
The Little Wonder.
So your dad?
My dad with the Little Wonder. It's actually me and my dad.
You just grab onto their tie, climb up their body, and you just smack it.
I love this clip. There's my dad.
So does your dad.
He could dance.
When does he dance?
I got just one more story. I don't know if I have all the photos to prove it.
There's Spot. I'm going to send you this now, just about the shortness. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom.
This is Covino and his family.
You can't tell. I'm going to send you his picture. I remember interviewing the band Flyleaf, right? This was the Octane days. People forget that I started that shit. I'm the OG voice of Octane, Pure Hard Rock of today. The shirt that Rich is rocking right now, right? Which is now Turbo. And I'm on every night on SXM. But I started Octane. We created the blueprint. We discussed this. And I interviewed Flyleaf. And there's only 2 people in this picture. Of course, the lead singer is a girl named Lacey. And she's got to be like 4'9".
Yeah.
But I didn't know the rest of her band were also like little people. And I felt like I was this close to being like, guys, you're so tiny. I could eat you. That's how I felt. Me. I could eat you guys if I want.
Did you eat them?
No, but I'm going to show you a picture just to give you an
Did you send it
example.
to
Like, no, I'm going to send it right now. I just
send
found
it to
it.
me.
But again, the shorter the lead singer, the greater the band. But you can see, like, I could have ate this guy. I'm like slouching in the photo, just to like,
Sure.
just to fit myself in.
I made myself shorter.
I had to make myself shorter to be in the
I
photo.
made myself look shorter in the photo.
Truth. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for hearing me out.
I just sent you the picture, Spot. There's a model on TikTok and Instagram, Abby Herbert, and she married like some cool musician dude, but she's like a 6 foot type of chick, and he's like he's probably like 5'5", but he married a 6 foot model.
Yeah, but on stage rocking out, he's 6'5".
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
6'5".
You sent me a TikTok?
I sent you, let's see, to our CNR text message. I just sent,
Jeez.
yeah, the TikTok.
Who's this chick?
Abby Herbert. I see her and her husband do funny videos. They're like parents now.
She's quite the looker. So wait, how tall is she?
She's like a 6 foot model. He's like a 5'5". Like he's a smaller dude, but he's a musician.
I'd climb that tree.
He's like a Rob Dyrdek size.
Yeah.
Rob Dyrdek, 5'4".
I would gladly climb that tree.
And can I give you a little transition to
Hold
move
on,
on?
let me pull
Sure.
up the photo for
Oh, I'll show you me with Flyleaf when I ate them. There was 2 more people, but I ate them.
Covino's slouching, by the way.
I am sorry.
You look like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yo, I had to like slouch to fit in the frame.
Honestly, that's how I look next to Shaquille O'Neal.
That's Lacey Sturm of Flyleaf. The other 2 band members, I ate them. That's why I'm a little puffy there. They were all smaller than that guy. That's a man.
No, it's not.
He was like, he weighed 130 pounds.
That's a lady.
I bet you he weighed 120 pounds.
You know what's funny? When you talk about all these fights that you watch every weekend,
Yeah. They're little guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're tiny.
that's why, listen, they could all...
They're 5'2".
They could all whoop my ass in 20 seconds.
But they get to normal weight.
They could all...
Like Conor
they could all-
McGregor, he fought at
They
that
could
weight
all
too,
whoop
though.
my ass in 20 seconds. So I'm not saying they're not tough. I'm just saying that's why I have an affection for the heavyweight division, because in my mind, all these guys are great fighters. But to me, the heavyweight fight division is always going to be king because, like
Martin Luther
Floyd
King.
Mayweather could undefeated, but Floyd Mayweather wouldn't last 1 round with Tyson Fury. So to me, he's a division champion, but the heavyweight champion's the champion.
Yeah, well,
Right, when you
that's
look
why
at
they
that
get
way.
most of the props.
Champion. Spot, I sent you a picture of us with Shaq just to give. Now this is all perception. It's like that. It's like that picture of. It's like Yao Ming with Shaq, and then Shaq with The Rock, and like you may
Rock
be a
with
big.
Kevin Hart.
You may be a big guy, but compared to who? Like, you might feel like you're a pretty reasonable size, but compared to Shaquille O'Neal, I was a little bitch. Look at that. You can't even get his head in the picture.
His head couldn't fit in the picture. Look at that. By the way, I got my facial hair like that again, a little bit. You know why? Because Jordan's not around.
It's Covino with Flyleaf.
Exactly. It's hilarious.
Honestly, we should do an edit where it's
Hey, what's up, guys?
you with Shaq.
Hey, what's up,
and then
Shaq?
You
Hey, Shaq.
with Flyleaf.
Hey, why you guys so small?
And then Flyleaf with Prince.
Yo, you guys why you guys do a little midget show or something?
So
No, we're not a midget show. You're just really big.
This little tiny show.
Look like little tiny midgets to me. By the way, I'm actually slouching in that.
Oh, one last photo for height differential for tier 2, and then we'll move on. Isn't the mountain from Game of Thrones?
with
Isn't
like a-
his5 foot and he's
I got
he's the mountain? Her head is up to his penis. It's not even a joke.
Yeah, but you heard what's up.
But it's not even height. It's like
Stature. Like
It's
she's
like
a petite little.
size.
She's a petite, cute little girl.
like he definitely splits her in half every time.
The mountain. Yeah.
Look at
Like,
that.
how does that even work?
I'll show you.
Well, Rich,
Come here. I'll show you.
when a man and woman love each other really like a lot,
Well, that's it. So
their-
again,
their vaginas just spread.
shorter the lead singer, the more badass the band, the better the band.
Yeah.
And of course, there's exceptions, like we said. I don't care about the exceptions. We know that. I was going to save this for the rando news, but I figure it's
All right.
more of a discussion.
I had something I wanted to.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Had something I want to break it up with. The common theme is the last couple of years just went like that, and
Yeah,
you
so
harp on it. You harp on it.
Because
You harp on it more than me even. Wait,
messes me up.
Where the fuck did the last years go? It's 2023, the year we're all going to be wearing those weird suits. Red crisscrossing suspenders with tidy whities. 2023. How on earth did it become 2023? And you've talked about it a lot recently. Like, yo, where did years of our life go? I saw that yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of something. Spot, play the clip I sent you. It's the 4-year anniversary of this debuting. And I was like, he's serious? 4 years. 4 years of presidential term. Just to show you, things just keep moving. Brand new late night show coming to ESPN2 every night called Now or Never.
Quiet on set, please.
What are you doing?
Come, Monday through Friday. ESPN2.
No suits, no scripts. It's now or never.
He's been eating chips ever since.
We have a brand
that
new
one.
late night show coming to ESPN2 every night called Now or Never.
This is 4 years
That
ago.
promo
set,
started
please.
running 4 years ago today.
So when did your show debut?
Come, Monday
End of
through Friday.
what?
ESPN2.
End
suits.
of after Super Bowl, right? Like wasn't it like right after Super Bowl or right around Super Bowl time?
Yeah, I hate that.
4 years ago.
And we did like six of those were in rotation on ESPN.
4 years ago.
Shit was dope.
Time be flying, son.
Time be flying. When you make that montage, you could add some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, montage that you're gonna make
I am.
for our
The
ego,
football
our
weekend.
ego
It's
montage.
a football weekend. I couldn't be making
know,
montages. When I was
ego.
having a pizza party.
You're making it. What is that?
I was gonna say when he takes a shit, he could work on it, but he takes 2-second shits.
I take 2-second shits,
You just-
and I had a pizza party and a casserole party.
Yeah, fucking
I
party.
mean,
guy.
what do you expect, dude? I'm party boy.
4 years ago, I wouldn't have guessed that. No,
Yeah, 4
Sucks.
years ago, that
Hate it.
promo was in rotation.
hate it, hate it, hate it,
All right, Covino, crunch your chip really loud.
hate it.
So, hey,
But I loved it. But it was
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad we got to do that. I got such a kick out of being on ESPN, just seeing your name on the little program guide, and that shit was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Happier now for sure. Happier now for sure. Because that schedule sucked asshole.
sucked ass.
Now
How long would you have done that?
I probably would
As
have
long as
kept
they paid
doing
you?
it. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to though.
I think if you were going back to the studio now, I think you'd be miserable.
Yeah, no. And look, there's still fortune and glory ahead and big things afoot in the world of Fox Sports.
You haven't used that phrase in a while. Big things afoot.
Big things afoot. So, I'm not like, oh man, we missed our opportunity. No. I feel like we haven't even peaked yet.
By the way,
So
here we go.
I have not yet begun to fight.
In my mind, that I would have been wearing thin of that. Like, I don't think I would have lasted. I think I would have eventually been like, yeah, I don't know if we could do this the way.
I edited the photo for scale.
Thank you.
My God, you guys are like a. You should just take me out spot. It's like a cell phone signal. It's like
You know how many times I shared the picture of my window with the hole in it? You know how many times, like even Mark Zito hit me up. He goes, it looks like a cell phone signal thing. I'm like, I know. That's why I got such great signal.
Yeah,
I
in my
told
home.
you should turn it into
My windows are
like
shaped like
a
the
sound-
bars.
a sound wave, like light it up
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
sound
yeah.
wave. I think it'd look cool.
Come here, suck my dick.
No, Shaq, I won't.
But you're like Dick Hyde. You should suck it.
But you're like right there. I'm like,
like,
right up on my Johnson.
It's like right
Right next to my Ernie Johnson.
It's just like take it out. It's right there.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so today's a special day.
Yeah.
And most people are off. Happy holiday, extended weekend. Wild card weekend, Martin Luther King Day weekend. It's Martin Luther King Day. Enjoy the day. We used to play a game called Name That Famous Black Guy. We don't do that anymore. But I will say this. Guy had a dream, and he was the man. This weekend, they unveiled a statue in Boston. I believe it was in Boston.
Yes, it was.
This is the biggest hunk of shit I've ever seen.
It literally looks like a hunk of shit.
And it's so bad. And I don't care about artistic freedom and art. Fuck that. It looks like shit. It looks like so bad that even Coretta Scott King's like family has spoken out and saying like, yeah, this is like a disaster. This is supposed to be like a statue of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King embracing after he won the Nobel Prize in 1964.
Here's the photo.
Yeah. And you can see her bracelet
The famous
there,
photo.
and, he's hugging her. It's supposed to be a recreation. The statue is their embrace, but it's just the arms. So if you're not watching, it's just arms embracing, and it looks like trash.
Here's the okay. I'm trying to find the right angle of it. I
That's
guess
the side that looks the best, I guess.
This side would be this because you see the buttons, you see the jacket, you see hands.
How about just a statue of them?
You see,
like
but
save
if
your
you-
artistic
but if you
freedom for your
rotate-
own project.
If you rotate
Well, that's part of it.
and you see
It's
the
dumb.
and you see the upper part of the arm,
Yeah, it's so
it looks
dumb.
like something else.
Yeah, I saw people photoshopping that on the naked black guy's penis.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, look at it's so
You mean this?
it's disrespectful. It's dumb.
What, doing this?
I don't like
or-
it. I like.
Now, where's the Photoshop? Oh, wait, that's it.
I like the premise. I like the thought behind it. But how about you just like make a statue of them both if you're going to honor them?
It looks like someone's holding a turd. It looks like
Sucks.
someone's holding a
It's
penis.
disgraceful, I think.
Yeah, I understand
Because they put their artistic vision ahead of the actual meaning behind it.
the abstract nature.
Fuck your abstract nature.
Fuck
your art. Fuck your design. Make a statue of the actual embrace then. Because it looks like ass. It's stupid. I don't like it. And even their family doesn't like it. So it's not even about what I think. They don't like it. It's not. If they don't like it, how much of an honor is it? How about you just You saved all that bronze
So-
or whatever it's made of and fucking made a statue that honored them and not your stupid vision.
So Martin Luther King III approved it.
But he didn't realize it was looked like so much
designed
jammy.
by conceptual artist Hank Willis Thomas for Embrace Boston. It's unclear how much public money may have gone into the sculpture. Seneca, I think it's Seneca Scott, Coretta's cousin, is the one that's like, this should be melted down.
I mean, here's the question though. At what point do you say
the woke algorithm is just broke? I don't know what else to tell you. If you went through all of it and that's what you came up with, something's wrong.
Exactly, because the court of public opinion says, and they've already decided, this looks like a piece of shit. Do over.
They have to, man. Honestly, it sounds terrible, but like whoever put the hard work into it, our apologies. You got to redo it.
It's terrible.
When everyone,
even Ronaldo said, "Fuck that statue, redo it."
I think it's
this is Martin Luther King, man.
If the consensus was it's supposed to be a tribute to Dr. King, and people are saying it looks like a piece of shit, literally,
Some guy's cock,
or someone eating someone's ass or something like. There's like. You need to redo it.
From one specific angle, it looks okay. But the rest of the angle looks like shit. Fuck your vision. Throw up a statue of these two important people.
It's like, you know how through the last few years, the wokeness has brought down some of the old statues?
Yes.
That were of people?
Yeah.
Why not just put up a statue of Martin Luther King and
exactly.
And Coretta Scott King embracing it like a full-on statue
of their embrace
of the
when he won the Nobel Prize,
standing there.
Like look outside the Staples Center. They have these like beautiful bronze statue like Magic Johnson in action. They couldn't have done like just of head to toe them embracing like this artistic huge arms that looks like a fucking turd or a cock. Like, why would you do this?
So I saw this going viral over the weekend.
Some people
it made
don't-
me angry. I'm like,
You know
this
what?
is terrible.
Some people don't see it, and I'll tell you how I know.
See what?
Because you ever see those things like what do you see? And it's like, oh, I see a vagina. And someone's like, it's a mountain. You're like, oh, like you. Some people don't think with a dirty mind. Do you guys remember the episode of Everybody Loves Raymond? Spot, I sent you the clip on our CNR message. There's a clip of Raymond's back in the day where the mother doesn't realize like a statue or a sculpture looks like a vagina. Mm-hmm. And everyone that sees it's like, oh, it's like, isn't it beautiful? It's a good clip.
Thrilled you came. Well, Marie, your piece was the hit of the show. Oh.
It's the clip, not our audio.
Congratulations. Yeah, you didn't have to dedicate it to me.
Who else? Who else?
Yeah. All right, I gotta go home and wash my eyes.
She doesn't see it.
Where's Frank?
If you ask me, it looks like a...
The whole episode is how no one has the heart to tell the mom, like,
Looks like a
your
vagina.
sculpture looks like a vagina.
It's bad,
Raymond.
man. And
Raymond.
And again, it's what makes it a shame is that it's supposed to honor somebody important, and
like
gets lost because the world is like, what is that? That's the focus is this looks like ass instead of saying, wow, what a wonderful moment.
Why not just make a full-on statue of this photo, like a full-on,
Like even from the way,
even,
like they're
even
up,
like
like
a
they're
bust,
yeah,
like a bust.
like a, yeah,
You know,
they're
like
up.
the upper half of that, just kind of like them embracing. You mean to tell me some sculptor couldn't have created that? Some sculptor created Abraham Lincoln. Some sculptor created the 4 presidents on a mountain. They couldn't make a nice bronze statue of this.
It's there was another story recently about how the Washington Commanders got a lot of flack when they unveiled the Sean Taylor statue.
His family didn't care though, so that's where.
Yeah,
well, that's why it went away.
Everything. No, they've changed.
I'm more
it
offended
since.
by
Like
everything
Captain
about
even
it
the
was
brands,
inaccurate.
Like Nike, Reebok, like even the brands
and
on
they
his.
put soccer cleats on the dude.
Captain Tutty.
Like he's a football player.
Professor
Like everything
Tutty,
about it.
what's his
And there was no statue. They basically put his jersey on some fucking wire mannequin. It's like, where's the statue? So that also caused a lot of backlash. Like, when you're going to honor somebody, honor them. Sean Taylor. It was like 15 years after this tragedy. And
sometimes when you hire a designer or an architect or someone, it's wrong. There
was nothing accurate about the original depiction of the jerseys, the uniform, cleats he wore.
It's nothing to the same level as this or the MLK thing, but there's a joke at one of the softball fields we play at. They redesigned the parks, and that's county city money, right? When they redo parks.
Mm-hmm.
They had, go over this first, and I'll tell you.
Look, I mean, they really did. They had soccer cleats on this guy. They're like, he didn't wear that.
And then I think the brands didn't match, like
None of the
Nike
brands
and Reebok.
matched.
Like the pants were Reebok, the shirt was Nike. Like everything was wrong.
Everything was wrong. Like you're gonna honor the guy. No one looked this over to make sure it was right. You remember what the purpose and the point is, to honor that person. Like, if you're going to do it, do it right.
The ones that you said, the Ronaldo one, Mauser just brought up the Lucille Ball one. There's some pretty bad.
That's just bad artwork, yeah.
Statues and artwork. But out here in Los Angeles, I don't know where that money comes from. The parks, like, is that county money, town money, your taxes, right? They redo the parks.
Probably county, LA County.
They redid the softball fields at this park like years ago because they were beating down old fields and like, let's make a new playground. Let's do this, tennis courts, the park. They made new softball fields, but it sounds like ridiculous. It didn't take a lot of changing, but whoever did it knew nothing about baseball, meaning like they implanted like permanent home plates with the arrow facing the pitcher. The foul poles were at the corners of the park, not along the lines. They had to move the foul poles because the foul poles were in the corners, not lined up with the lines. Like, and the whole joke was like, yeah, they just took the I guess the lowest bid, and the person just made a baseball field. Like the dimensions were off where they had to actually go back and fix the field. Because sometimes you're just taking, we're giving people way too much of the benefit of the doubt.
Not to be all over the place, and I don't want to be, but you're talking about dimensions. They're going to change anyway because they're implementing bigger bases. So 90 feet is more like 88 feet now.
Like, 89 feet, 89, and it's like
minus
4 inches different. Yeah,
4 inches difference total.
Hey, 4 inches can make a big difference.
Yeah, no, I mean, when the plays are such bang, when you're seeing bang, bang plays in these moments and dimensions seem so perfect, right?
They keep changing dimensions in baseball outfields too, but that's
gonna
different, but you're right.
It's going to be significant. Those are significant inches. But anyway,
they made a mistake on the Tom Seaver statue.
It was just font. It was like number font.
No. Yeah, they had the font number. The number font was wrong. Right? They used the wrong font for the 41 on his jersey.
Still, right?
How does someone mess that up?
How do you mess that up?
When the sun hit right, didn't it look like he had a cock?
Yeah, when the sun hit right,
shadow. Yeah,
he had a cock shadow.
But not the biggest crime. But if you're gonna make a statue of somebody, you're not gonna get the right jersey that they wore. Like, like the casual fan picks up on that. It's just ridiculous how stupid people are. So anyway, that was a story, and it shouldn't have been the story. That's the shame of it. Shouldn't have been the story. Should have been like, wow, how nice. The end.
Yeah, this was
the wrong font.
The discrepancy.
Like you could see the 4 is wrong, and then the cock shadow. I thought the penis shadow would be on Randy Johnson's statue because he has the big unit. But
the big unit, yeah. So
Tom Seaver one.
Since we turned the news updates into a discussion, because that was more of a discussion, was your timeline full of that cop?
Don't.
Of the cop?
By the way, here's the
cock shadow.
Cock shadow of Tom Seaver.
Yeah. Cock shadow.
Got a little curve at the end.
You know what my timeline was, or my text message? All right. I know where you're going because there are times where
going to Tennessee.
I feel as though all the pop culture stories, you and I, TY, you and I are on. I feel like I'm on 98% of the stories I catch because I look it up every day for prepping our show, for prepping my voice tracking, for doing a lot of things. I feel like every day I'm on top of what the story is, right?
You're on the 98 Degrees fan club page.
I feel like whatever's being talked about, whether it's a sad death, like Robbie Knievel, whether it's
Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley. Whatever the sad story is, or like, oh, did you see what Lil Wayne did? Or, oh, Taylor Swift did this. I feel like I'm always on top of the story. Even the news stories, like, You know, the Speaker of the House, I had to vote fucking 800 times before the guy got approved, got put through. I know all the stories, but there's sometimes a story that happens and I ignore it from the beginning because I don't think it's important. And then it builds steam. And then I'm like, fuck, I didn't pay attention.
You're not alone, though, because the story, it just caught like wildfire so fast
and
that
apparently
people had to catch up to what was going on.
All I could assume is that it's a female cop that fucked everyone.
Yeah, it's a Tennessee cop.
But I don't know any of the details. But all people keep sending me is like funny sex memes. And I'm like, and I had just assumed must be a girl that got in trouble for fucking everyone.
Allow me to fill you in, Rich.
Yeah.
Like
Her
she
name's
was
Megan Hall.
Allow me to fill you in.
Yeah.
Quite like she was filled in by the force of the Laverne, Tennessee Police Department.
By the entire force.
By the entire force. So apparently,
Where's she a cop?
In Tennessee.
Is it Keith Velez a cop in Tennessee?
Wait a second. Hey now, is that him on the left?
There he is. Second in.
Is that him on the? So apparently, according to reports, the married female officer allegedly had sexual involvement with at least 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty activities, parties outside work, and other escapades. So the intriguing part of this, and here, like, these are all the people that she hooked up with. She was married, fired for having sexual relations.
By her husband, Jedediah.
6 other, I think it was
stands by her side.
4 of the officers were also fired.
Yes.
Oh, wait. 8 cops faced action. 5 were fired. 3 were suspended.
I thought 4 was fired.
And to further dive a little bit deeper into the story, apparently she told all these people that she was in an open marriage, and she wasn't. Like, the husband was like, "This is news to me,"
but he's working it through. That's the other part of the story,
right? He's
but
staying
apparently,
together
and it's not only that, she was blowing dudes, cops, like on the job.
That's what I said. On duty escapades.
On duty escapades, having sexual relations with all of them, and it became a story that just sort of blew up, and the internet went wild.
I'll be honest. Nothing shocks me anymore.
Yeah,
this is. Based on Spot's life over the last couple months.
But this is
like, yeah, she fucked a few dudes.
So
Great, next story.
Yeah, but she was doing this. First of all, with all her coworkers, and they were all cops, and she was doing it on duty, and she was lying to her husband, and she got caught. The reactions and expressions people had about the scandalous event ramped up after further word spread that while Hall had said she was in an open marriage, her husband reportedly wasn't aware, causing a stir online as she was not only purportedly cheating, but following a very standard, rare cliche at the same time.
I don't know what. You know what? Maybe why I didn't gravitate towards the story? For 2 reasons,
Football.
I think.
Football got in your
3.
way.
I'm sorry, 3. No, 4 things. 4 things.
She's unattractive.
She's not that attractive. That's a good one.
Booty dude.
So you know what's fun?
Maybe meme is where she looks like was it Rick from Rick and Morty, or is it Morty? Rick and Morty?
I think atrocious, like Scotty Brocious.
I think maybe I'm not that into it because that is a factor spot. Maybe because she's not that attractive.
She's butt.
And
this could be the best meme.
I think that I had a casserole and a pizza party.
Rich had 2 parties this week.
I had a casserole and a pizza party, so I was distracted.
She had her own party.
You know what? I had a turkey sandwich party. I didn't invite anybody.
By the way, her parties outside work way better than yours.
I think it's just.
I saw some of our listeners saying like this is only a story because of our misogynistic views on women and their sexuality.
I sort of agree.
I don't like. Were you fucking 6 of your colleagues on the job, and then your wife said, "Oh, and overlooked it like a fucking numbskull"?
I don't see how this is a national story though.
No, that's what
I'm saying. Like it's a story, but like the fact that it's getting national attention. I think they're sort of. I think it's sort of rude. I think they're like they're kicking her while she's down. Like,
I don't know how it got national steam.
That's my point. My point is like
it's not.
If
like
she
a story is crazy.
If she were in an actual open marriage,
she's not Tiger Woods, dude. She's a fucking cop in Tennessee. Like people.
I don't know how it caught that kind of steam.
People get fired. People cheat.
But
there's a lot of
condone that for
perverts.
anybody. Like any man doing that would be a little excessive.
I'm saying this.
So especially a woman, I think it's excessive.
I don't think especially a woman anything.
I do.
It's just I mean, I would argue that there's more stigma. I mean, I know people look down on me, but there is more stigma for Kristen than me in our situation.
Yeah, probably. I never looked at it.
It's like, you're letting your fucking brother get fucked by other dudes.
The people that are non-Guidos also think that.
Oh, sorry, that's the only accent.
Yeah, you give me another accent.
You're letting your wife get fucked by a bunch of fucking other dudes.
Keep trying other accents because people from all backgrounds probably say that.
Unbelievable.
This.
I can't believe you're letting your wife get fucked by other dudes.
Guten Morgen.
No.
Guten Morgen. You let your.
Yeah, your wife fucks other dudes. Yeah.
See, it just keep going.
How it became such a big story?
That's my question.
I'm with you on that.
Now that you said it, I'm like, oh, I'm not really missing the details. I was
okay.
like, my thought was,
No, there's
here's
a
a
couple
female
layers
cop.
here. Hold on. There's a couple layers here that make it a story.
Is he on the job?
It was on the job. It was multiple people. How many people could be on the fucking Laverne police force? 10?
Yeah, they're all
So she
banging her.
fucked the most of
The
them.
dude's taking her back.
The dude,
And she's like,
she
let's
lied
move
to her
on from this
dude.
already.
I mean, shit happens all the time. It's
There's
just
no
like,
difference between this and you and your wife, except
It's clandestine.
it's agreed upon.
Yeah.
I mean, like you fucked way more people than she did. It's just because your wife's okay with it.
It's
If
because
her
it's
husband-
because
if her
I'm not-
hus-
no one's lying to anyone.
If her
and I
husband's-
wasn't fucking 10 of my coworkers at the same
If
time.
her husband said,
I only fucked one of my coworkers.
if her
Other job.
Oh.
Not this job.
Jake,
Not this job. No, Danny G.
Archie?
I wish.
Wait a second.
Dan Byer,
Wait a second. Ramos?
Ramos.
hey Ramos.
Hey, Ramos.
Hey, Ramos. Bye, Ramos.
I mean, I think that because if the husband said, yeah, we have an open, if the husband said we have an open marriage, I'm doing the same thing. Is it as big a story?
I don't know how it got to be this big of a story. I think it was the fact that the guy was still taking her back.
Yeah, I think there were a few
because she made a public embarrassment of
Right.
him and their relationship,
Few
and he's still
intersections here.
taking her back.
I never
think
agree. I
that's
never
it.
really agree with Preston, one of our listeners.
And don't start.
But I agree this one time. I'm not quite sure why we care.
I don't know either.
No, but
I
I'm
can't
saying,
tell
like-
I can't tell you why things
You
go viral. on the internet.
90% of the news stories that come out,
Yeah.
I could, even if I'm not interested, I see the
why
you
did
know
all
when
the-
you're,
Why
what?
did all those people watch our video this weekend? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, why does anything happen? I think because it was memeable.
Maybe so. I just think that I usually find some type of pop culture or relevant value, even if I'm not into it. I was like, oh, I can see why people gravitated to that story. I'm like, it's like an average, mediocre looking cop fucked a bunch of dudes and her husband didn't know. And like, to me, that's like it's a rando story. The fact that it's like
It's salacious.
coverage is like,
Jedediah's wife, Officer Megan Hall of the L.A. Verne, Tennessee Police Department, was fired after allegations emerged.
Love Verne.
She engaged in sex with coworkers, sent them nude pictures, took off her top at a Girls Gone Wild
I feel bad
themed
for
hot
her.
tub party.
I feel bad for
and
her.
performed oral sex on 2 fellow officers while on duty.
That's
I feel
hot.
bad for her.
Salacious. It's steamy.
You don't feel bad for her?
No, I
that
think
she's being dragged. You don't feel bad that this is being dragged. It's not like she got fired.
No one. She fucking did it. No
Honestly?
one forced her to do all that.
This is going to be, these recruitment numbers are going to skyrocket.
You don't feel bad for her.
I feel bad for the fucking.
I hear,
just the King family. Is what I feel bad for.
I hear the numbers tripled at the academy for next season,
I don't
Next
know
year.
how, I don't know how you don't feel
I
bad
feel
for her.
bad for the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
right?
Yeah, that guy's innocent.
I feel bad for this woman only because she got fired, but now, like the world, you know how many people do scandalous, stupid things?
Yes.
This girl got dragged through the mud.
No, she did these things. Accountability, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't predict how the internet,
It's like if
controls the narrative.
Rich, if she were just fucking a bunch of guys in town, I don't think anyone would care. It's the nature of she did it with all the guys that she works
Because
with.
she's not hot.
The
If she
whole
was hot, Rich
force-
would love this story. You nailed it.
And that the whole force.
She's butt. So if she was hot, you'd be like, oh my God.
I want to be a cop.
Yeah. It's because she's like fucking weak as hell
Yeah.
that you don't care.
The whole force got pretty much fired.
You know what
because
I got
of
out of this? That the Tennessee police force has bad taste.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're-
Well, what's
they're
going on?
desperate.
What's going on in Laverne, Tennessee?
They're desperate.
What else is going on in Laverne, Tennessee?
Yeah, I know. So anyways, hey, I don't care if you like the story or not. It was like wildfire.
I mean, this is no different than like what's going on at Seattle Grace Hospital. Everyone's fucking everyone.
Yeah, hey, whatever. Get your fuck on.
Talking about Grey's Anatomy. But like but it's just people need something to talk
You know
about.
how many hoes there are out there?
There's some hoes in this house.
There's some hoes in this house. You know how many people, men and women, that have been up to no good throughout their life? I just think this is an odd story. Maybe it's because she's butt. Maybe because it's cops. Maybe because I don't know. Is there?
I don't know either. I'm just telling you it's a story. I'm not fighting you on it.
Is it? Someone said there's audio of it.
I'm sorry. What?
Is there audio? Or she's like, give it to me.
No, that's McGruber.
No. Did you just go double up
I think so. Yeah. But someone goes, there's audio of it. Is there audio of it?
I'll look at it. Let me see if there's audio.
It's a really interesting thing for people to navigate towards. That's all. I don't care. I don't care. Good for them. They got to the bottom of it and she's fired.
But don't act like I care about it. I don't. I'm telling you what was like the big story this weekend.
Yeah, but like a dummy like Chris White Sox.
You think I care about it? I don't give a shit.
A dummy like Chris White Sox, who, by the way, congratulations for being caught up. I do. Yeah.
That's honestly,
we
don't talk about that enough.
What?
How he caught up.
He caught up on our show. Chris White Sox, one of our listeners.
He's always referencing stories from 6 months ago.
He said, I'm playing dumb. I'm like, playing dumb on what? I get it. I get it. Like locally, like if you hear the local police chief, fuck this person. To me, how on earth is this a national story? Is beyond me. That's all. Whatever. Who cares? The end. Move on.
I'm with Rich though. I was like, wait, what's going on? Why do I keep seeing this woman? How does everybody know about this? Maybe because I was having my own turkey sandwich parties, like Rich said, and watching football.
Yeah.
So
you were having a turkey sandwich. I was having a casserole party.
I was having a Tito's party. Too busy to care about that stuff. I was sliding around on my socks on my kitchen floor party. Missed out on that. So it is a big story, whether you agree with it or not. It just is. I don't know what to tell you about it. I don't make the news. I just report it.
If you're talking about news, there's something that I don't know if it was just rude or funny. Did you see the Seth Rogen? I didn't watch his. I don't know if anyone watches the Critics' Choice Awards.
I did, to watch Brendan Fraser cry again.
He's still crying.
Oh, it's Seth Rogen.
You see, Seth Rogen decided to just like totally shit on the CW, I believe, who aired the event.
Didn't he shit on like the Emmys when he was presenting?
I don't know. Hey, whatever.
He shits on us on our Fox Sports Radio show.
He does
every day.
He's part of our intro, one of our rotating intros. But Seth Rogen is on stage, and he just for some reason goes at the CW. I'm like, is it funny or rude? It's like he's on their network, but he's not hired by the network. He just is part of something that's on the network. Does that make it okay? I don't know.
I thought the big story was that Brendan Fraser won.
No.
And your buddy Matt says that he's sort of over him crying all the time.
People might be, yeah.
So, but yeah, Critics' Choice Awards, Seth Rogen.
That's it.
Don't know about the Rogen thing. He's sort of a dicky kind of guy anyway. I like him though. I don't not like him.
But he's a little bit dickish.
He's a little bit of a dick.
little dickish.
Aside from the Critics' Choice Awards, I watched Andy Santino on Netflix. It was pretty good. Cheeseburger was pretty good.
I thought Andy Santino's best line, his best part of it was how talked about how he hates Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
And he's like, how bad does Kamala Harris want to be president? Well, they all takes a little. He's old.
Little hip check down the steps.
Knock him down. How bad do you want it?
That was pretty good. Props to this Mexican comedian I think is really funny. His name's Ralph Barbosa. Check him out on HBO Max. Ralph Barbosa. He was on Fallon this weekend. Really funny kid. Really, really good. I watched that, enjoyed it. And a few shout outs I want to give before we wrap it up.
Yeah, let's say farewell. Let's have a good Monday.
All the Barrys listening. Barrys, what's up?
Shout outs.
All the Barrys, Barnolds, Barrelds, Barnandos, all the Barrys. And Eric Bolt. What's up, Eric Bolt? Joe Led. What's up, Joe Led? All the Joes. Joe Mamas. all the Joes, all the Stews and Steves and Jeremy. Jeremy Cole, what's up? And Ralph Porras. Check out Ralph Barbosa. You like him. Ralph's got to stick together.
Fucking Ralph.
And thank you guys for your subscription. Thanks for hanging out with us on your day off. A few reminders. Let's shout out Lisa Marie Presley. We caught up with her years and years ago.
I found the audio.
Spot, you got the picture? Years and years ago, Spot is going to post the interview
of us with Lisa Marie.
Again, plus tiers available on our Patreon. Spot's always posting some older content and interviews and just random things they find.
I posted some new shit this weekend.
I think the plus tier is really awesome. If you need a little extra content, you want to reminisce and go back. To be honest, the Lisa Marie Presley thing, so sad. But in regards to our interview with her, I knew I met her, but I promise you, I can't remember one thing we said to her.
I remember.
I will listen to this thinking it's the first time I've. You would think I would remember the Lisa Marie Presley thing. I would have probably said, "No, dude, I'm sorry, I've never met her." You would think I would remember the Lisa Marie Presley thing. I would have probably said, "No, dude, I'm sorry, I've never met her." That was a really bizarre time in our life, I think.
We were having ass parties back then, remember? So
yeah, now I have casserole parties.
Yeah, we were having like fucking butt cheek parties, so it's kind of hard to remember anything else.
Did you find the audio spot of the cup?
No, I can't find it.
Oh, I thought you said you found. Okay. Well, hey, the Lisa Marie in the plus tiers on our Patreon. So enjoy that. Anything else before we say farewell on a Martin Luther King Monday?
Something to look forward to later this week. I think I might take a last minute weekend road trip. Tonight, I got to pick up Jordan from the airport, but she wants to go see her sister this weekend. And I think I'm going to take Thursday off, and I think I'm going to have my brother fill in. So something to look forward to. So he wants to come in and tell some stories, some tales of triumph on Thursday.
So
just again,
I'll be co-hosting with Tudmaster?
Yeah, but something to look forward to. He has stories to tell. He wants some, big brother advice, and he'll chime in on today's discussions. So still the Covino and Rich show with a little different twist to it.
Different Covino, that's all.
That's all.
So that'll be Thursday?
But again,
All right, cool.
tentatively. And join us later today on Fox Sports Radio, 2 p.m. on the West, 5 p.m. on East, and any time on the iHeartRadio app or download the podcast. Just search Covino and Rich. But thank you for being here. Let's have a fun week and enjoy the day off. Martin Luther King, he had a dream. And props to him.
All right, we'll see you guys later on today on Fox. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Later.